Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Roy, where the Miners have just come out of the football field. Homecoming is getting all set up. The candidates are getting situated in their seats. It's always kind of cool because it's the only time of the year that you see those seats come out. Kevin Rader, Big D, Dan Phillips, Heather Rader, Bill Ditton, and Ian Sullivan, thank you. Our intern is joining us tonight. So I'll tell you, it's a beautiful night for football, but I'll tell you that sun is scorching. Maybe one of the good reasons for pushing this back an hour, which Big D I know was done because of the travel time it took for the team to get here.
Yeah, and I'd forgotten all about that because Boonville's a pretty good distance away. Long trip last year. Of course, you remember that was a 50-40 contest, and the year before that was 44-42 in overtime.
And so we've got teams tonight: Linton at 3-1, Boonville at 2-2, and
look at that, would you? Goodness gracious.
Braden is in here. He is all dolled up. He's in a beautiful suit, nice tie, because it's a big night for you.
It is, Kevin. It's homecoming tonight for Linton, and just participated in the parade, and I think it went good.
It's fun to go through this, isn't it?
It is. It's a lot of fun. It's good for the community to get out and to see our classes and the girls show their best.
Hard for Big D and I to remember these days.
Yeah, I haven't worn tux. I hate to even say when last time I wore tux, but you do look pretty sharp for a Linton kid.
Now we should ask. You don't know anything about who's winning.
No.
Whatever.
I will. No, I don't think anybody knows except for him down there.
Yeah, well.
Oh, he doesn't know yet either.
Oh.
We bribed him. He wouldn't tell us.
The all-important envelope has not been passed yet.
Oh.
But it's good. You got the night off. It's sweet of you to come up here and see us.
Yeah.
We're glad to have you on this night.
Oh, yeah. Had to come see you guys.
Well, we're glad to do that. All right. Thank you, Braden. Enjoy, because you, Big D, you're only young once.
Yeah, you don't get to go back and repeat any of this stuff. And I know I would like to dearly do that sometimes.
77 degrees, winds out of the northeast at 3 miles an hour, so really negligible, nothing really going on there. It is just a perfect night for football. It's 77 and perfectly blue skies. Although, 80% of this game will be played under the lights.
And that's the way I like it. My memories of high school football were always under the lights, and I know why they do earlier games. They want to get the kids home, especially if you got to travel. Boonville will have a long way to go. After this game. I don't know how long it is from Linton, but I know from Vincennes it's a pretty good drive.
Now, Boonville is 4A, and, of course, Linton is 2A. How much do we make of that?
Well, they're going to have depth, and they're going to have size. Anytime you got a bigger pool that you can choose from, you're going to have I know the coaches talked to them. I came to a JV game Monday night. They're impressed with the fact that, their offensive line doesn't play it down on defense. And what that means is, number one, conditioning, but number two, and nobody thinks about this, you get coached up. When they're off the field, they'll be in the corner getting talked. They'll be looking at the thing on your iPad. So they get to learn as the game goes, while our guys are kind of going both ways. Guys kind of coming in and out to try to condition themselves. So they're a bigger team. They lost a lot of skilled guys last year. They got a new quarterback, a new running back that I'm impressed with. He's 33, so he's going to be a lot like Jacarian Jones. He looks like him, but he's a sophomore.
My.
He's a sophomore, though, so not quite there yet. But they have a lot of seniors that didn't play a lot last year that are going to get their chance. They're 2-2, coming off beating North Knox 14-0 last week. So, and they've played Southridge, they played Heritage Hills. Those two losses are to two teams that would beat an awful lot of teams, so we can't make a lot out of that.
All right, we should say this team, Boonville, has got a real history because Devin Mockabee. Playing at Purdue, starting for Purdue, is a whale of a running back.
Great kid.
Clay Connor now is walking on at IU as a quarterback. And like Big D pointed out, they're working to replace him now this year.
Yeah, they got a sophomore in there, and from what I watched of him, he can pass the ball. The guy that's coming back, that's the damage guy, is number 26, Marquise Ballard. He's the kid we all remember when he was a freshman. Made a great catch at the end of that contest, but forced it into overtime. He's a speedster. He plays both sides of the ball. And, if I was Boonville and watched us get beat a little bit on some long passes last week with Sullivan, I got a feeling they're going to air it out to him quite a bit.
That always seems to be a little bit of our Achilles heel, does it not?
It always is. You just don't see passing attacks, and Sullivan is always a good barometer. I thought we did a pretty good job for the most part.
All right, Heather?
So what you're seeing on the screen right now, we're actually retired photojournalist Bill Denton from WTHR is joining us in the booth tonight. A former co-worker with
we love having his expertise.
with Kevin,
Love it.
who has 43 years experience, which is incredible.
Did he ever think he was going to be in Linton, Indiana, running camera for a Linton Minor High School football game?
No,
did he
I'm
see
sure
that
he
in
did.
his
I'm
horoscope?
sure when he got my text, he wondered what in the world is going on.
Well, with Braden being a part of homecoming this evening, we decided that we'd bring someone else to our home from WTHR. So we're pretty excited that he's in the booth with us tonight. We also,
very
as
much so.
mentioned, we have our 8th grade correspondent, Ian Sullivan, who is joining us for the first night in the press box this evening. And what you're seeing right now, obviously, is a shot of our homecoming candidates that are getting lined up in their chairs. You can obviously see senior candidates there, Bryn Anderson, Peyton Smith, and Abigail Hubbard, along with their escorts as well. So we're pretty excited that we want you to make sure that you stick with us during halftime tonight, which is sponsored by Crane Credit Union, to see the crowning of the Queen, the Princess, and then we also have some other features from the school from this past week we'd like to show you as well.
It gives us a good chance to kind of stump for the on the radar that we did with Paige. That's out there, and it's really a wonderful interview.
Peyton actually came to our home this week, and we had the opportunity to talk with her and her parents about her cross-country career. But what's more in her life is her faith, and she was able to talk about her experiences as a cross-country runner and how her faith has led her not only on the course but off the course as well. And then
there is a story. I'm sorry, Heather, but there is a story in there where she talks about running a race, and her religion played a big role in how that turned out. I don't want to give it away,
right,
but it is as telling as you can ever imagine.
It's
incredible. Worth watching.
She's been the best representative for Linton Ross Country for this is not her first year doing it.
No.
She went pretty far last year as well.
Yep,
when you guys talk about homecoming, I can't help but flash back to it. I think it was a year we had North Davies, and it was just pouring drenches, and these girls in their dresses, they were all covered in trash bags. And I'm so thankful we have had good weather. Since you've come to the broadcast, Kevin, I can't think of one bad broadcast weather night yet.
Sunshine.
It's always been that.
Well, we want to mention a couple of things while you're joining us on the broadcast. You're obviously seeing the photo here from Bill Denton, and you can actually see our student assistant there in the Ray-Bans. Mr. Braden Crines is actually there on the court as well.
Where is he in that shot?
He is escorting
in the far right.
this evening Natalie Brinson. So, but we want to just kind of give everyone that's listening the opportunity to, if you join our Facebook page or you're on our Facebook page, find the photo of Bill, Ian, and I, and feel free to like it, share it, comment on it for a possible shout-out tonight on the air. We know a lot of people have chosen to stay at home this evening because they want to be able to watch everything from their screen, and we appreciate that. But we love the fact that the stands are filling in with minor faithful here as well. And this 8 o'clock kick is we're kind of welcoming it tonight because of the sun. It's pretty brutal right now. So we do appreciate everyone tuning in. One comment that we've already received: will the homecoming ceremony be shown on Rader Media Sports? And the answer is yes.
In its entirety.
In its entirety. We are actually going to be able to have Mr. Bill Denton that's here that's going to be able to show the full homecoming court, as well as the band, the minor cadets, and the flags as well.
And can we say tonight is one of those payoff nights? This is what we fought for.
Yes. We, in past years, last 2 years, Kevin and Big D have been broadcasting from the visitor side of the field. And one of the things that we really wanted to be able to showcase is nights like this, in addition to just every Friday night lights. We wanted to be able to show homecoming. We wanted to be able to every Friday night show the band. We wanted to be able to show senior night, which is coming up.
And we
here
want
in
to see their faces, which is key. We didn't want to show behind anymore.
And I want to say, too, for those that are listening, before we get back to stats, is that I asked a number of you to send me some homecoming photos of the past, and you guys came in clutch. And so we've got a little flashback for you that's going to air this evening, as well as we have some photos from our student assistant Braden Crines, who took them last week during Hall Decorating Contest Week, and we've compiled those into a little video so you can actually take a tour down the halls of Linton Stockton to see from the student and the staff perspective of what they transformed the school in this week. So it's
Alrighty.
pretty
So you guys,
cool.
you couldn't get Ian Sullivan to the Sullivan game? That would have been great.
Oh, well, he actually joined our club attended our club meeting last Friday, and today we got a text saying I'd like to be able to participate tonight. So we are so very thankful for that.
We should say the team's warming up there. You see Linton stretching and getting ready for this one, but why don't we take a break? And we'll be back with more about the homecoming festivities when we come back. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Are you looking to save on your TV bill? Mike Moran has Dish TV plans starting at $79.99 a month, including free installation, 3-year price lock, and 3 months free Showtime and Stars. And what about your internet? Is it too slow? Mike has T-Mobile 5G with no contracts, no data caps, $50 a month with debit card auto pay. So why aren't you calling the local guy? Mike Moran with Midwest Satellite, 812-847-8848. Call Mike. He'll treat you right.
Welcome back. It's the Pioneers of Boonville now on the road to play the Miners of Linton, and it should be an excellent ball game. We already said 77 degrees out there right now and a light breeze. Perfect night for football. Later start than we might normally have, which I really think Big D fans might really kind of enjoy.
Yeah, I think so.
Hometown fans, Boonville fans, maybe.
Yeah, that's the whole issue. But the time will change on their way down. They'll get an hour back. But yeah, it's the later start, and I don't know. I'm sure people notice it. The players, the sun is on the more east-west, and they don't really have to deal with it. But I tell you, if you were a receiver and you were, I'd say, a punt returner, and you turned the opposite way to face to try to make that catch, that would be very difficult. So I love Under the Lights. Under the Lights is going to be great.
Yeah. I have to think, though, and I know people told us about this when we were at the other side, or told me about it. You already knew.
Yeah.
They said, well, if you're on the other side, that sun is a killer. I agree. But, however, I think over the years those trees have grown remarkably. And I think that helps us.
It's just a brief little window there. It seems like
about a 15-minute window there.
We'll see right now it's the worst. Unfortunately, we're not having to look down at the field to call numbers. Unfortunately, Boonville's in white. We'll be able to see those black numerals pretty easy. By now, we're starting to get a good groove of when you're a broadcaster, Kevin, you're fine. You see things and can translate them. One of the things you have to do is you get to know what the players look like, what their socks look like, what kind of shoes they got, what kind of where their armband is, how they.
I remember you saying that to me the first year I was here because I was having trouble discerning who was who, and you said
pink armband.
It will take time, but you'll learn who's what size and
the way they run and all that kind of stuff. You get to know, and right off the bat, we know that the Goodman kid didn't play last week, and he's not even suited up. I know he has a shoulder injury, and it's one of those deals he just has to take time off to heal. But the other kid that I'm seeing down there is number 22 that's in street clothes, and he took a big shot in that JV game. By the way, they won that JV game over South Vermilion, but he took a pretty couple big hits, and I didn't see that he was hurt, but maybe he's nursing a little bit, that's Michael Alberry, and he plays a lot on special teams, and he's also came in and threw a pass to Paul Oliver last week, so that eliminates that option from your team.
You're noticing on the screen tonight, tonight's broadcast team presented by Rader Media Sports. We have Big D, Dan Phillips on color announcing. We have Kevin Rader, play-by-play. I'm on the production side this evening, and Bill Denton, retired WTHR 13 cameraman, has driven down from Indianapolis to join us. And then we also have Ian Sullivan, who is our student assistant and our 8th grade correspondent. So we're very excited to have some new faces in the booth with us tonight. And as we mentioned, our student assistant in the junior class is actually participating in homecoming festivities tonight for the junior class. So he will be escorting the Princess and Queen candidates during halftime. So,
and I hope enjoying himself tonight.
He had a big smile on his face for sure.
Yeah, it is sunny and so on. But when we come back, let's take a little closer look at maybe some of these starting lineups with the Klooster construction of Linton bringing us the starting lineups. But let's do that when we come back. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
There's one thing we at Rader Media Sports want you to understand. We're more than just live streaming. So much more. Just click on RaiderMediaSports.com and you'll begin to get the picture. There are pages for each sport, player photos, game score updates, and schedules. But not everyone's an athlete, so we'll also cover K-12 student activities and special events, weekly student and alumni spotlights, along with Student and Athlete of the Week. Also, check out the many sponsors that we will update throughout the year, just to see how they're supporting the Miners as well. And as a reminder, 30% of the revenue generated by the sponsors will now be returned to Linton Stockton schools. So join our Facebook and Instagram pages at Raider Media Sports to see highlights throughout the year and for links to watch the free live stream broadcast. This is Raider Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Welcome back. Starting lineups are brought to you by Klusner Construction of Linton. Whether it's a remodel or a new construction, you know it will be done right the first time, every time. And how important is that? So choose Klusner Construction. Tony Klusner, Bart Wade, I'm telling you, those two folks can't help you. Nobody can. Let's turn to Big D. Big D, what are we looking at stat-wise? We got some new players on the positions, really for both teams.
Yeah.
Key positions.
Pioneers and the Miners have played each other since 2019. And the Miners have gotten the best of this series, 3 wins and only 1 loss. That loss came in overtime in 2020, 44-42. Big scoring games for the Miners in the past. Now, Rex Tuttle tells me that in 1943, the Wabash Valley champion Miners defeated the Boonville Pioneers way back then. I forgot the score, but I didn't think we had played before then, but evidently we had. Take a look at the Pioneers from Boonville as they come to town tonight. Had it right here in front of me. Now I got to find it again. The sun is blocking my eyes, but quarterback is a sophomore, 5'11", 160. His name is Grant Davis. He has ran the ball 37 times. He's their second leading scorer with 102 yards rushing. 26 of 49 through the air for 373, 4 touchdowns, and 1 interception. The main running back, and I was impressed with this kid, is a sophomore, 5'11", 175. That's a pretty good-sized kid, is Malachi Davis. He has 587 yards, 5 touchdowns, averages 4.6 a carry. Hasn't caught anything out of the backfield yet. They run a fullback. It's Ethan Smith. He's 6'2", 185. He has carried the ball just 1 time. He has 3 catches out of the backfield. Then they run an XYZ type of situation with Walker Pierce, a 5'10", 155 senior. He has 5 catches for 82. Tyler Clanner, another sophomore who's got the height, 6'4", 195. He's caught 5 passes for 98. Marcus Ballard, who we talked about earlier, is 5'11", 180. 15 carries for 97 yards. That's over 6 yards a carry. 10 catches, the leading receiver for 139 with the touchdown there. Up front, 4 seniors anchor this team. Steele Scott is the only one coming back from last year, 6'5", 245. Brooks Eigner, 6'4", 225. And William Mosby, 6'1", 220, are going to be the center and the left side. The right side is Luke Wagler, 6'2", 184. And Caleb Rader, 6'2", 270. Defensively, a lot of different faces on that side. Ethan Smith's one of the two-way players. He's going to be their middle linebacker. He's their leading tackler with 34 tackles, 1.5 tackles for loss. The 2 other backers, Tanner Garrett, the junior, 6'1", 180, and Blaze Marchand, who's a senior, 6'1", 195, 22 tackles for him. They got positions called a Falcon and a Bandit, which are kind of like outside linebackers that also do cornerback work. Tyler Reinhardt, a 6'2", 190 junior, and Sawyer Wall, a 6'2", 175 senior, handle that. Up front, it's a 3-man front with Kedrick Payne, 5'11", 195, 20 tackles for him. Seth Russin, 5'10", 210, and Steele Scott, another 2-way player. All 3 of those guys are seniors. The 3 backfield guys, Ballard, who won't get beat deep for sure. Hunter Wilson, another senior, 6'1", 165. Hunter Kubler, a 6'1", 160 safety. He has 2 picks for the Pioneers. The Miners are headed by Paul Oliver, quarterback, 6'3", 205. Yet another, just a sophomore, but he has 69 carries for 427, 8 touchdowns rushing. Has also caught 2 passes from Albury for 40 yards, one of those a touchdown. He is 11 of 28 passing for 155. That's just 39% passing. And unfortunately, that's 4 interceptions as well. Christian Schunk, the main running back, but he shares that position with Ashton White. Schunk with 133 on the ground, Ashton with 56. Eli Scott is the wingback. Really been impressed with Eli all year. Those two guys, Scott and Jesse Voigtstraw, both juniors, 5'9", 150, both spark plug kind of guys, each with about 260 yards apiece rushing the ball. Eli with a 9.32 average, 2 touchdowns. The receivers, we really haven't done much with him. Hayden Feltner, 6'1", 165, has 3 catches for 36 yards. Cooper Smith, 1 catch for 17. Should see out of the backfield, Voigtstraw has the most catches with 3 for 50. 2 catches for Scott, 2 catches for Shonk. Up front, Ty Boyd, 6'2", 210 senior. Hank Jennings, 6'2", 250 junior. Blaine Kirkman, that's 5'10", 225 senior. Jimmy Wright, a 5'11", 210 sophomore. Jacob Breedlove, 6'7", 300-pound tackle. Got to give props to Hank Jennings. He's got 18 pancake blocks. That's a source of pride for those guys. Defensively, Colton McKinnon has been the guy taking Russell Goodman's spot on that inside linebacker. He had the fumble recovery last week on the punt that, anybody else might have given up on that, but it looked like it was going out of bounds. Instead, Probst tries to pick it up, doesn't get to it. McKinnon gets on it. Miners go down and score and win the contest. So good thing for that senior, 5'11", 160. Christian Shonk is the leading tackler from the inside linebacker, 35 tackles. Corey Andrews is a defensive end. I thought he played really good last week, 6'2", 215, has 21 tackles. Paul Oliver, the other defensive outside linebacker. Jennings, White, and Boyd are going to be the 3 guys up front, so those are the same names you see on offense. These guys got to go both ways. We'll rotate. Feltner is going to be at one of the cornerbacks. Braylon McBride, a senior last week, Kevin, he made 2 or 3 on those bubble wideout screens that they got to him, that he was right on him immediately. Cooper Smith and Jesse Voigtstraw are going to be the 2 free safeties as well. And I got to give props again. Corey Andrews, I thought he had 4 or so tackles last week, but he made some big plays and some pressures on the quarterback, and that might have helped with the defensive backs trying to keep up with those fast receivers.
Last week, it was a huge difference when Shonk could be back on the field for them.
He
basically playing with one eye. I assume he's got the cover again over his face mask
Yeah,
tonight.
I haven't had a chance to talk to anybody, but boy, I tell you.
We'll be looking for that.
I don't know if he's got the visor, but he makes such a difference on the inside linebacker.
Oh, my
gosh.
gosh.
There were at least 3 plays
he
where
brings the thunder.
Busted through the line, and like Coach said in the post-game interview, the kids feed off of his energy. And so, I'm sure he and number 33 are going to be meeting each other.
Cause fumbles 4.
Yeah,
for him.
That's
a difference maker.
And he's making hits like that all the time. And in fact, the injury to his eye happened on a play that he caused a fumble. So we'll be watching him, and I think Ashton White has picked it up. I think the big question tonight, Kevin, has to be 3 areas. Number 1, we got to eliminate penalties. I had us for 17 penalties for over 130 yards last week. That could be unofficial, but I went back through it play by play, and that's the number I came up with. The other thing, red zone fumbles. I won't breathe another word about it the rest of the night, but we've had 3 of them inside the 5-yard line.
You called it last week, unfortunately, but you took heat on the
I think coaches,
internet.
Kids want to score, and you reach. You see pay dirt, you want to put the ball across there, but that you're leaving the ball out there to get tomahawked out.
Well, I thought last week the referees allowed more time at the end of plays when they should have been blown dead. They were holding people up and trying to strip the ball.
And when that happens, people are fighting on the inside and triggers.
And if the referees allow you to do it, they're allowing it to happen.
Yeah, and I think the third thing was, what did I missed one of them? Oh, the passing game. It really has been non-existent. It really needs to pick up. We're looking down the road. We're not going to be able to. Last week was the toughest we had as far as running, but we did it. The team hunkered down. I think they overcame adversity and came down and put the points on the board. But we've got to get something going. And as you pointed this out earlier, we seem to be going deep, taking shots deep a lot more than last year. There were a whole lot of quick outs to get us 5 or 6 yards. We got to get something like that going down for the long road for sure.
And one other point we want to make, there's a new kicker tonight.
Yeah, he kicked off last week. Edwin Caceres Oliver, I think we were calling him Oliver. He's been on the roster the last couple of years, has come in and kicked extra points and done good. But it doesn't seem to last the whole year. So when I watched him in warm-ups, he was hitting them pretty good. And when I watched the JV game, he come up and he kicked a couple out of 3. So we've got to – that's another thing. We can't be playing behind points. If we go for 2 and you get it, it's great. If you don't, then you almost have to go for 2 every time.
Well, the starting lineup's brought to you by Clusser Construction of Linton. This is Kevin Rader along with Heather Rader, Big D, Dan Phillips, Bill Ditton, and also our intern,
Ian Sullivan.
Ian Sullivan is joining us here, and you're pointing us. This light in here is we're broadcasting from the Welch and Cornett Walton Funeral Service Press Box, your lamp of hope. when you need us the most, broadcasting from this press box. When I say the light, I'm just talking about the sun, folks. It is bright.
Yeah.
Heather?
So we're going to let Ian Sullivan talk about a few things that's going on in the middle school.
Here, let me give him. Oh. And
He already served
Ian
his
Sullivan, you go.
He already served his purpose. He got me some tape to put on there, so he's already earned his pay.
Go ahead. What do you got?
Yeah, so it's an honor to be on here with Kevin.
Honor to be on here with you.
So here in the Linton Stockton High School, we have Picture Day on September 20th, so you don't want to forget that one. Then on September 22nd is the Mental Health Walk, hosted by the Bring Change to Mind Club.
That'd be great.
Which is great for the Bring Change to Mind Club.
Mm-hmm.
Then on September 23rd, the music department is hosting a mattress fundraiser in the high school gym from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And raffle tickets for a 1/4 cow are being sold at the front gate by the FFA Club for $1 or 6 for $5. So,
fantastic. Now, on the mattress thing, is it true that they dress up and some people dress up? And what is that?
Yeah, that's true. If you happen to drive past the high school gym, you may
see a walking mattress.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. I actually might be dressed up as a mattress, so if you drive by, you might see me.
Oh, we got to get a selfie.
Yeah, that's always
Take
fun.
a selfie and send it over to Heather, and we'll put that on there. It's for a good cause, folks, and so they always are here.
I think I know the people that do that mattress thing, too. They talk about that every year. There's a company that comes around and does that kind of thing. But
yeah, it's a pretty big fundraiser.
I'm not sure that I'd want to get in and dress up as a mattress, but
I'm sure it's
seems
going
to
to be
open
hot.
yourself up to all sorts of different
You would
types.
definitely be a king size
I
or
would be
bigger.
a California king for sure. For sure.
All righty. Well, thank you. Thank you very much, Ian. And Heather, I'll turn it back to you.
So we've got a few people that are joining us right now, so we'd like to be able to kind of give some shout outs to them as well. So as mentioned, if you're watching, we'd love for you to be able to say hello to us, and we can't promise that we're going to announce every single person just because obviously our focus is to showcase the ball game and the homecoming candidates, but we've got John Preble is watching right now from Portland, Oregon.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Which is pretty cool. Terry Smith is watching from home. Her and Billy are watching
Portland,
from home
is that
as well.
like 2 hours earlier, or is that 3?
I'm not sure.
They're just getting
exactly.
off work out there.
Jason Smith says, go Minor Pride and good luck from Smitty's Barbershop. Melody Thuis is watching from home. Sweet home, go Miners. And then Shaughnessy Schrader, go Miners. She's Drake Field's mother, so she's pretty excited about tonight's matchup. Her son's a senior, so this is his senior homecoming. Kathy Elliott from our church, she's watching as well. So Tyler Shields, we want to say hello to everyone. Keep those comments coming, and we'll hopefully give you a shout-out on the air.
Our scoreboard tonight and every night this season brought to you by Meek Financial Services of Linton. Meek Financial offers education planning, retirement planning, life insurance, portfolio management. Call 812-545-4710 to schedule your appointment today.
You were talking about Smitty's, and I forgot what the inside of a barbershop even looks like. It's been so many years since I've been in there.
What's your point?
I was just saying, just throwing it out there. One of these days, I may have to do it.
All right. We'll be back with more. I don't know. I won't hold my breath on that one. We'll be back. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
The goal isn't graduation day. It's a better every day after. It's the first day in your new career. Your first pay raise. The 5th day of that week-long vacation. It's the first paid holiday home with your family. Or the day of your last car loan payment. Much sooner than you thought. At Ivy Tech Community College, we don't just care about your degree. We care about your life. Let's get started at ivytech.edu.
Welcome back to the Roy. We're still about 30 minutes from kick on homecoming in 2023. Big night tonight for the Miners, and boy, they didn't pick an easy opponent coming in here with Boonville.
Boonville is coming off an 8-4 season, Kevin, where they got all the way to the sectional final, beating Harrison and beating Wrights 28-27. That had to be a huge win for Boonville. Then they lost to an always tough Evansville Memorial. This year to date, 26-16 over a 2A Paoli team that's usually pretty good. The losses come to Southridge 18-0 and Heritage Hills 38-20 before coming back last week to knock off the Warriors 14-0. They got the rest of their conference schedule: Mount Vernon next week, Princeton, Washington, then an always tough Gibson Southern Titan team.
Now, we should say, I know this game is starting a little later tonight, but if you want to stay up late, there's a little something going on in town here, and I believe we got a graphic up there about what's the deal, Big D.
Well, I thought that it's homecoming, and they used to play after every home game at some of the local establishments, and used to get a lot of people to come after the games. I thought, I haven't done it in a year. COVID kind of came in and shut all that down, and so I thought, well, it's homecoming. Let's just see if a few people might want to come out and celebrate a minor win, or just see some old friends, or just see friends in general. Just come out and listen to myself playing the acoustic guitar. I started my music career playing at the Tap Room right uptown, and of course the Moose when I was a young kid there as well. So decided to do it, but I didn't think about it being an 8 o'clock start, which that shoves the start time way back. So I don't play. The gear's set up, it's humming, it's ready to roll. All your requests, there'll be no rap. I'm sorry, there'll be no rap going on or anything like that. But hopefully you're out and about looking for something to do, catch a late.
If you're a little wound up after the ball game.
Yeah, come on out.
Good place to go. Heather?
So we want to give a good shout out to Jill Fegley, who is watching from home tonight and thankful for Rader Media Sports to be able to watch it from home. And she says, go number 57, Jimmy K. Wright. So proud Nana's there.
He's been playing well.
I tell you what, Jimmy K, they knew he was going to come in and step up as an offensive lineman, but he gets in there and gives McKinnon a little bit of rest. He's a two different kind of players, but Jimmy K's not afraid to put his nose in there, and he's made some big sticks on the inside. Definitely a bright future for that sophomore.
Something I've been wondering about a little bit when you talked about the passing game earlier, it seemed like the most success we have had passing is when Paul Oliver goes back to wide receiver and Auberry comes in at quarterback.
I think it gives us another weapon that they have to cover. Of course, last week what they did, they tried to do the bubble screen just right to him, but I think that Sullivan knew that was coming.
Yeah.
But he did connect on that long 70-some-odd yard touchdown pass that Auberry threw perfectly. But Auberry's in street clothes tonight, so we're not going to see that at all. We got, I think Cooper Smith and Feltner are tall, good-looking targets out there. We're just not it's just not happening yet. With some of those long passes have just been a hair off, and if they start dialing it in, that gives us another weapon that we really teams can't bunch up against us if we can start making that happen.
Maybe we'll see some slants and some outs and tonight instead of the long ball.
We saw a lot of that last year. Just Logan Webb just coming out 7-8 yards and cutting out, and Walters going across the middle, and we haven't seen that. Voice Child is making some nice plays. I guess I should also say, though, there have been some nice pass plays called back because of penalties from holding. We had a nice one last week.
We've had more than our share of big plays called back, both in the more in the running game than the passing game, but still.
Yeah, and we've been able to come back from that. Last week was a plethora of penalties, and I watched the film, and there were a couple of flags thrown that I don't really know. Calls for late hits on the quarterback, and I don't really know. I'm not on the field, but it makes it tough when you're rushing the quarterback and you're already in the air and you come down and make a hit, and they say you hit him afterwards. But it's all about trying to keep people safe, and we wouldn't want Oliver getting hit late like that. But the thing that bothers me, Kevin, is we've seen 3 or 4 unsportsmanlikes, and that's when something is said. That's when something is said.
Dead ball.
Yeah, and those are the ones that's player control. You've got to learn to keep your mouth out of it and roll to the next play, because they've been huge. Those unsportsmanlike 15 yards, and that'll kill a drive real fast.
Yeah, those are drive killers. The Miners now taking off and running off the field. They'll go back through their helmet and come back later on to get this show started. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighting, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Welcome back to the Roy as the sun is starting to set behind the trees, and we're about a good 10 minutes away yet, Big D, before that sun settles back there.
It's got 20. Yeah, I think so. But it's right at the top, and it's still easier to see. Of course, I've been creative and put up a roster to block that red rubber ball by the band The Circle from 1966.
I remember that.
Opened up
like a red rubber ball.
Opened up for the Beatles on their last tour. And
I didn't know that.
Song Paul Simon, I believe, wrote that song.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
I could be wrong.
I knew it was a one-hit wonder for The Circle. I knew that.
I met the guitar player in Chicago one day, and I thought he was telling us all about what that had to be an experience just to open up for something like that.
Oh, my gosh, no kidding. The Boonville Pioneers are still warming up out here on the football field. We talk a little bit about what's at stake. I mean, how close were the Miners to being unbeaten at this point?
Well,
a
fumble at the 2-yard line, a half inch of the football. I mean, we were that close to winning the Monrovia game. I mean, that's a game that's almost a draw, to be honest with you. But we were also this close to losing the Sullivan game. So,
oh, my gosh, yes. Good point.
We've had two very intense 4-quarter ball games in intense situations. And if you think about it, both of those games, Linton had to make drives at the end of the game to go down and score. They did it against Monrovia. And, of course, that Sullivan, that's a minor tradition right there. When the going gets tough, it just seems like they pull up the shorts and batten down the hatches. And Paul had fumbled at the one, so he was intense. And just a great game and atmosphere. And, it came down to – I watched that play, the pass play to their number 8 that Feltner reached out. And I am telling you, that was a poster.
Was that Probst? No. There wasn't. It was on the other side of the field.
It was 8.
It was Feltner.
Feltner made the grab, and then
the
play before, going across the middle, just coming off of his hands. That was set up for the kind of ending that you make hearts patter. We've had back-to-back heart pattering games.
I know Coach Oliver talks about when he talked about that game with us on the post game after Sullivan. He made a point of when I mentioned the blocked kick. You don't hear him ever come out very much like that when he said that was the play of the game.
Well, that gave us 2 points, so we didn't no longer have to worry about extra point situation. And then they had to kick the ball to us. It was a big play. And Paul had a couple of offside penalties on, earlier trying to get back there. But there's a reason why. I mean, I'll take a 5-yard penalty if it doesn't give you a first down because he is lightning quick. And he's got on his hands on a couple of those this year. So I think they've given him free reins. And another big play is he went for it. Remember the look on Coach's face when we were talking about Paul keeping the punt, faking the punt, keeping it going around left, and got the first down. A lot of plays Paul makes, and you got to remember how old is the sophomore? 15 years old?
Well, I noticed at the end of the Sullivan game, and I know I referenced it live on the air, but as the game was going down to seconds and Sullivan was moving with the football, Probst lined up on the far right-hand side, split out, and Paul Oliver went out to meet him when the game was on the line. And I thought to myself, okay, he just took Probst out of the end of the game.
You put your best man, and that proves to me that, athletic ability, Paul's the go-to man for sure.
6'4".
Probst is – that kid
was a flyer.
He was a burner. And you remember they had just missed hitting him on a long, straight fly pattern right down the middle of the field. So – the quarterback is a sophomore for Sullivan, so I'm sure they're licking their chops and want to get back to see Linton again. Boonville, this is a big game for them too. I mean, they would love nothing more than to come up and knock the Miners off with the respect they have. The Miners are still ranked in the top 10 in Class 2A, so we're still up there. And
Boonville is now stepping off the field now, going back for their last meeting in the locker room.
Darren Ward's been there 8. He's been at Boonville 9 years, but he's an experienced coach, 18 years total, won 64% of his games. He's been at Corydon Central. At Charlestown, he won a sectional for 1 year, and then he's been to Boonville.
All righty. Well, this is Rader Media Sports. We're still about a good 20 minutes now away from the start of this football game, and we'll be back with more pregame in a minute. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Rick Krine's Auto Detailing is the place to take your car, truck, or off-road vehicle for complete auto detailing and cleaning, and a ceramic coat that'll make it shine. Call Rick at 812-201-9551.
I'll make it shine like it's mine.
It's time to go beyond what you thought possible. With an all-new adventure machine, purpose-built to elevate. It's time to go beyond what you thought possible. With an all-new adventure machine, purpose-built to elevate even the most exciting journeys. The Polaris Expedition is not a vehicle that defines you. You define it. Keep chasing the wild.
Since 1973, Linton Cycle Sales. Lannon Auto and Tires, locally owned and operated on Highway 54 in Linton. They are a full-service garage specializing in oil services, tires, brakes, alignments, steering, and suspensions. Call 812-847-0222 to set up your appointment today.
Welcome back. By the way, all 4 of our quarters tonight are sponsored by Key Associates, your key to the very best. Serving Greene and surrounding counties for over 30 years, Key Associates of Linton, LLC, has helped generations of clients buy and sell homes, whether you're looking to buy your dream home or your next investment, or sell your home to enter in the next chapter of your life. Allie Walton and Mary Beth Geralds are there for you every step of the way. Our Red Zone sponsor tonight is Team Ortho of Greene County General Hospital, our family caring for yours. Turnovers, Jordan and Vaught Insurance of Bloomfield. And as Heather already pointed out, our halftime sponsor tonight, Crane Credit Union, which is particularly big tonight, Heather, because it's homecoming.
It's homecoming, and we're extremely excited to be able to showcase that from this side of the field for this evening. I'm glad that the sun is starting to set a little bit because it has been brutal for the past 25 minutes. So we want to give another shout out to our photographer, guest photographer this evening, former co-worker of Kevin's from WTHR Channel 13 in Indianapolis, who recently retired after 43 years at the station, and he has graciously accepted our invite to come down and spend the evening with us in Miner Country. So we're extremely excited about that. We've got the camera shot here on the helmet, and we'll be showcasing this as soon as the Miners come out and take the field.
Yeah, Big D, we thought we'd bring somebody in between you and Rex Tuttle.
Yeah. Oh,
we got Rex, now we got Bill, and then we got you. A lot of years experience there.
Covering the spread there pretty good when you got Rex in there.
Yeah, Rex Tuttle. And Rex, I know you're probably watching at home tonight in the comfort of your home. It's always good to have you along for these football games.
Who else would have known that tidbit? He said the Wabash Valley champion Linton Miners. So that's back when there was just one great big giant conference. That's hard to believe, isn't it? Oh, I didn't hear that.
We're getting some things now and then on the phone. I know Heather is bringing you up to date on most of that stuff, but see if that's interesting to bring up that Hunter Johns had 2 kickoff return touchdowns in the last 2 games against again. I remember as a sophomore, didn't he have an interception that really was timely? Well, that put us back in the ball game and led to a minor victory. Yeah, Hunter Johns,
part of the
Papa John's. There you go.
Papa, part of the Hunter. What do we call that?
Hunter and Hunter Law Firm.
Yeah, the firm.
Firm.
That's one of the better names.
Those 2 guys were just incredible to watch. And, Heather and I, we can talk about this today, Heather, because we pulled up here, I don't know, was it 4 o'clock or so? And the chairs were already lined up in the end zone.
Yep, they're ready to go.
There's tradition there as well.
It's a pretty nice crowd filling in this evening. It's a very nice, comfortable evening for this, and the sun is finally out of our view. I also would like to mention, while I have the opportunity to right now, you're going to notice that I'm going to toggle between 2 cameras. The first that you see right now, focusing on the helmet, is by our photojournalist this evening, Bill Denton, as mentioned. And then I'm going to toggle to our huddle cam. And our huddle cam has a integrated scoreboard in the lower left-hand corner that will be automated from our own scoreboard. So it will have a game clock, it will have the downs, it'll have the quarter, etc. But when we toggle back to our handheld camera, right now there is not a scoreboard in place, but we are working on that as well. So we're going to try to utilize as much of Bill's expertise this evening. So I'm still trying to give a crash course here on getting a scoreboard put up on this, but
I wonder,
we appreciate everyone that is joining us.
How experienced Bill is with that camera. That's got to be a different model than what he's probably used to.
Yeah.
He's doing tremendous, phenomenal, and
Good point.
we are very excited to be able to showcase homecoming from this side of the field.
How much did those cameras weigh that they have to haul around?
I don't know all the gear that he's lugged over the years, but I can tell you, if there is an award out there, the biggest awards possible, Bill's won them. And so to have him tonight sitting here and his expertise over all these years, it's wonderful to have him.
You'll probably enjoy a vintage story I had when I was in broadcasting. You're a little kid, you're going out to film fires and all that stuff. I had forgotten to do the white balance on my camera. So when I got back in, I don't know if it auto does that now, but back in the day, that was crucial. And, of course, they showed it up on the news, and there it was all whacked out. And Phillips, you forgot to do the white balance. Okay, that's the end of my career as a
Surprised they didn't catch it before it went to the air.
Nah, well, they might have, but they were going to air it anyway. They had a good opportunity to teach me that I did wrong. I was good in radio and not so good in TV.
Well, we've got the band is getting ready to come out on the field now, so we're getting ready here for the national anthem. And, of course, that means we've got to have some football players coming out here to take part in the anthem yet. We're still waiting for them.
They're dressed up tonight, aren't they? They're in the full uniform.
She's beautiful in that. That's the band director. Is that who that is?
Yeah,
it's senior homecoming candidate Bryn Anderson, and we actually had the opportunity to talk with her
last
night. And she said, I'm going to get up and I'm going to be on that platform in my homecoming attire. So
it's in the color.
She looks beautiful.
It's in the color of the Miners, by gosh. It fits in perfectly.
Yeah, she does. She does. And what a volleyball player she is. It's great.
They just keep on winning, don't they?
Yep, they really do. They are tremendous. Very impressive. Very impressive. As is the band.
Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please rise and gentlemen remove your hats? For the playing of our national anthem being performed tonight by the Linton Stockton Marching Minor Band under the field direction of Miss Bryn Anderson.
Great job there. Bryn Anderson directing the Linton band.
Now she could just get down those steps without falling.
Well, she may be staying. Are they getting ready to play another one? Let's wait and see. Here come the Miners are gathering in the helmet. So they're going to come busting out of there any second now, which, of course, is a big tradition, Big D.
You usually hear that Metallica song start playing, and that's usually when they come flying out. There it goes.
There it goes. Metallica means football.
Yeah. I wonder how many royalties the Metallica folks have made from, because this happens at the college level and the pro level.
Well, we're waiting here. The fans have stayed on their feet.
I'll tell you something
This
else,
is a
Kevin.
tradition. They've got cameras out rolling. It's homecoming 2023. The Miners are gathering in the inflated helmet. It's time. Let's just listen in.
That makes me want to suit up, Kevin. Makes me want to suit up pretty bad. I tell you what.
Oh, Big D, I'd give you about one series. That'd be about it.
About 5 yards, I'd trip, the whole team would fall over on me. I'd get blamed for Oliver spraining an ankle. It's a whole different experience on this side of the field. That makes it worth it right there for me to feel it on this side.
Well, wait till you see halftime at home. Halftime, the ceremony coming up.
Point out that Jesse Voigtstyle is the one who came out with the flag. Ty Boyd carrying the L flag, and boy, that's exciting. And the whole team's the crowd playing on the beat. Yeah, I'm gonna leave now and go start playing.
Well, Brent is still up there. The band is still playing. It's a great night for football. The sun has now set over the trees, and so we've got a wonderful night for football.
Yeah.
The lights now taking full effect here. There's always something about a night game under full lights.
I know. I'm telling you. It's the same way in college. I mean, there's beautiful things about a mid-afternoon game too. Like the West Coast games were always in the afternoon, and you would hear the famed broadcaster saying, "Whoa, Nelly," and it's a beautiful day at the
Keith Jackson.
It's a beautiful day at the Rose Bowl, and that kind of fun stuff. But at nighttime, everything's a little bit more crackling, a little bit more vibrant.
You know what I think of with Keith Jackson is, oh my!
Oh yeah,
that was some great stuff, truly. Now I know we've got some other introductions going on here, right? Getting ready here. Is that what they do for the football players?
Yeah, he'll announce the starting lineup. They'll run out there.
Tonight, let's listen in.
Number 2, Cooper Smith. Number 4, Christian Shunk. Number 7, Braylon McBride. Number 8, Jesse Voigtstyle.
It's the defense tonight.
Number 13, Paul Oliver. Number 15, Hayden Feltner. Number 33, Ashton White. Number 52, Corey Andrews. Number 54, Ty Boyd. Number 57, Jimmy Wright. And number 69, Hank Jennings. And the rest of your Linton Miners.
Yeah, they don't. It's nice that they get the defensive shout out there. I'll tell you another kid who's been key has been Ashton White. He makes a lot of tackles from nose tackle where he rotates out, and he'll get these guys going left and right. Makes a lot of plays.
You know what I think of with him is a lot of times when he's the back there, he is leading the way in the charge in a role of somewhat familiar of a fullback.
Right, he really is.
He clears the path, and then Oliver will just follow him up, and he's a road grader. He just powers everything in his way and gets Paul an opportunity to break it.
You got 6 foot 195 from Ashton and 5'10", 180 from Shunk. So there definitely is a difference. But I can tell you this, I bet he brings the pads, too, when he kind of leads into the hole.
He kind of reminds you, he's not a big fella, but Bob Sanders wasn't big either. And you can pack a punch if you just know how to do it and keep yourself healthy, and he knows how to do it.
That's usually the situation, too, is the health factor. Because when you're not as physically big, you take a lot of hits like that. And we've seen, unfortunately, Shunk have a couple of issues this year. But you can't say that he lacks any kind of degree of toughness. You can't say that about anybody. I mean, Eli Scott and Jesse Voigtstyle, I mean, when you pass them in the hall or you pass them on the field in street clothes, are not physically imposing guys. And they're running full steam into these 6'4", 6'5" guys. You know what I mean? I mean, that takes some stones.
We're waiting here. Of course, Boonville has not taken the field yet, which is a little surprising to me. I thought they might have been out here for the anthem, but they were not, and it's still a good 4 minutes away from kick.
Yeah,
Heather?
they got time.
This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Correll's Gas of Linton has been locally owned and operated for 77 years. They offer residential and agricultural propane. They also fill all sizes of propane cylinders and motorhomes. Located on Highway 54 in Linton, find them on Facebook at Correll's LP Gas or just call 812-847-4076. Mayor John Wilkes in the city of Linton would like to wish the Linton football Miners a successful season. You'll like Linton, but you'll love our Miners.
A couple of minutes.
Welcome back to the Roy, and here we have the Pioneers taking the field. They're huddling on the hash mark on the far side of the football field at midfield. There's no big play at midfield that's going to make anybody feel bad.
Yeah.
We want to give
making a joke about the Colorado game.
Special thank you to Aaron Lynn, who's on the PA, Kurt Passon, and Trey Passon, who are on the clock this evening. We are once again, we'll mention that we're joined by our 8th grade correspondent, Miners Broadcasting Club, Ian Sullivan. Cameraman is Bill Denton, retired WTHR Channel 13 photographer, along with Big D, Dan Phillips, Kevin Rader, and myself, Heather Rader.
And we should say Aaron has kindly consented that we'll just kind of basically turn everything over to him at halftime, and we'll just kind of watch everything unfold tonight.
Doesn't really have a choice. I mean, you sit here with an open mic. Should mention Brian Oliver is 108-23, an amazing 82.4% in 11 seasons at the head of the Miners. Played football right here, was a quarterback for the Linton Miners in the late 90s, as were most of these Miner coaches.
Boy, there is something to be said for that, the continuity through the years of people that have played here. And
that's the way it is. I mean, I loved coming up to that JV contest, and just gave me a chance I got to catch up with a couple of guys. And of course, Miner fans will remember Ian Fonseca. He's back in town. He's coaching them 7th graders. I can't even imagine Coach Fonseca.
Yeah, I think we're going to have you, as you pointed out, we'll have to have you up
he'd be a great
pregame guest.
It was great talking to Wrigley last week. Man, what a great young guy he is. And I saw some pictures of him in the uniform, UND uniform. And of course, Hunter Jennings made the Navy sprint squad. So there's a picture of him that's out there. That's Miner players everywhere. And there's others that have gone out and played. So you probably should send that to us. That'd be great to know.
Yeah, we're just waiting for the referees to tell us who they're meeting with the captains now has won the flip. So we're just waiting for that now.
We mentioned Rex Tuttle earlier, and he actually gave us a comment. He said, "I'm really ashamed that I'm not at the Roy on such a beautiful night for football, but I'm in my recliner watching on my 70-inch Vizio. Beautiful color picture, really clear and sharp, great resolution. Kevin and Dan do a great job. You too, Heather."
Rex, are you getting paid for that?
Yeah, I bet you.
70-inch Vizio.
Bet he's got a cat in his lap, too.
No, I didn't catch that. Did you
Miners
see?
won the toss, elected to, guess what? Reese.
All right. They're coming off, and I see number 6. Is that Russell? That's not Russell Goodman.
Yeah, Russell. No, he's not suited up. He's down there.
There now, I see Coach Oliver. Who is he embraced with there right at the moment? Is he right here in front of me at the 50-yard line?
Can't see the number, but he does that with a number of players. Gives them some last-minute instructions.
Number 69, Hank Jennings.
The Jennings to the right, and then number 4, it's Christian Schonk on the left. That's interesting. That's kind of cool. There he's now embracing Jennings, as Heather had pointed out.
Boonville usually has.
That's a nice thing when you're over on this side of the field. You get to see that kind of thing that you normally don't see. Beautiful night for football. We're ready to call this one, and we cannot wait. Great football game tonight. There you see the sideline, the Miners getting ready to go, heading out onto the football field. And the Pioneers. And by the way, may I say, I love that nickname.
Yeah.
Pioneers. I like that. They're in black pants, white jerseys, black numerals, black helmets. Kind of look like Jacksonville if you follow the NFL. The Miners in their red pants, red jersey, red helmets, and blue numerals.
5.
I'm not going to complain, but they're somewhat hard to read. Number 5, Tyler Reinhardt, a junior, 6'2", 190-pounder, will be kicking this one off. We're ready for football, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do this.
Paul Oliver's had 2 100-plus yard gains, 139 last week. He's been the main guy, but the other guys are supporting him well.
There's the boot. It's a short kick. They don't want to kick it deep. It goes out of bounds. Wow, at about the 29.
And there's a 5-yard penalty on top of that.
Well, clearly they didn't want to kick it deep.
No, but you're giving the Miners good field position right off the bat.
Wow.
I just after I said Boonville usually has some great kickers, so I'm going to keep my mouth shut on all things.
Yep. This first quarter brought to you by Key Associates, your key to the very best. Big D, Dan Phillips, Heather Rader, Bill Ditton, Kevin Rader. and Ian Sullivan all here tonight. Call this football game for you tonight. 1st and 10 Miners. The ball resting at the 35 of the Miners. Oliver brings him out. Wide receivers left and right. He's going to roll to the right. Put it up on an out pattern, incomplete. Diving at about the 40-yard line is
like Feltner. Just a little. I like that. That's just what we were talking about in the pregame. Try to get some of these short passing game going. Pass just a little wide.
Yeah, Feltner will line up this time to the far right. Cooper Smith will be to the left. A couple of 6'1" wide receivers, good targets. Oliver will bring him out. Schonk is his setback. One man in motion. That's Jesse Voigtchild going wide to the right. So now we got 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Flanker on the right. 1 back, Schonk on the sidecar for Paul Oliver on the right-hand side. There's the snap. Oliver's going to run that way. He's got some room. He's across the 40, out to the 45, down at about the 49-yard line. 1st down and 10, Miners.
Brought down by Logan Sawyer Wall and number 12, Kubler. And nice big hole there.
You know, we talked about Ashton clearing that path, but I'll tell you, Schonk did it that time.
He's not going to be afraid to get in there by any means.
Ashton White is known for doing that, but tonight it was Christian Schonk. 2 wide receivers to the right, wing back on the right, 1 lone wide receiver on the left. Oliver with a high snap. He wants to roll to his right. Now he cuts back to the left. He's got room to run up the middle, and he will make it to the 45-yard line of the Pioneers. So it'll be a pickup of about 6.
Yeah, kind of a scramble situation there. I like that we're coming out looking for passing the ball. It gets down to the 45 of Boonville.
So the Miners are moving the ball. Good sign here early. 2 wide receivers to the right. I think it's Feltner and Voigtchild to the right. On the left, Cooper Smith.
2 carries, 20 yards already for Oliver.
Oliver fakes one way, get back in the jet sweep, coming back the other way, and not much room there. Maybe we got a yard. Let's see here as they unpile. It's 21. That's Eli Scott was the ball carrier. He and Voigtchild are very similar in build.
Yeah, they added both in the high 40s. They both have about 240 yards apiece. So that gives you some good weapons. They've both shown they can bust it, make big plays. Eli made a lot of big plays last week.
Okay, everybody kind of in tight this time. 2 wide receivers left and right. Voigtchild in motion, but they're going to give straight ahead. And that's Schonk, and he's down to about the 40. That should be a 1st down.
Yeah.
Another 1st down for the Miners. They're moving it.
Yeah, brought down by Ethan Smith, their linebacker. And that's what I like. I mean, Oliver's getting the big numbers, but you've got 3 other guys that contribute, and if they start keying on Oliver, then the other guys are going to get the ball, and they're going to make something happen out of it.
Well, they're mixing the calls between the air and the ground here, which I think has helped. 2 wide receivers left and right. Voigtchild, the wing back on the left. Schonk is the running back. He's in the sidecar on the right-hand side of Paul Oliver. Oliver back to throw. Cox once, decides not to throw. Tucks it under. So he's running at the 40. He's down to the 35 at the 33-yard line. He's about 2 yards short of a 1st down.
And again, he was back to pass, kept it. Got out of some tackles, a physical ability that time. Wall again on the tackle, but that brings them a nice short situation at the Boonville 33.
That's the second time like you just see it parting like the Red Sea. Everybody kind of goes to the right. Oliver tucks it and runs to the left. 2nd down 3 for the Miners. We're getting close to the Team Ortho red zone, but we're not there yet. Wide receivers left and right. Oliver. Hands to Voigtchild. Jesse running around the right side. He's across the 30, down to about the 27. It's a 1st down.
Flag comes in well after the play. And again, this is where we were talking about flags have been killer, and that's the holding penalty.
See what it is, holding against the Miners. That's the first penalty against the Miners tonight.
But it comes at a terrible time. I mean, that's a 1st down run by Voigtchild that puts us just outside the red zone, and now you got a 10-yard penalty.
I don't know if there's ever a good time for
no, but it's well, yeah, because it'd be bad on either way you look at it. But to me, these are drive killers. The penalty is going to come from the 34.
Yeah,
so
it could be
all the way down to the 43-yard line.
Puts it the 43. So now it will be 2nd down and 13 yards. Voigtchild going wide in the slot to the right. Eli Scott is also out there. We've got trips to the right here with Feltner. And Cooper Smith is wide to the left on his lonesome. So trips to the right, 1 wide receiver to the left.
Yeah, it is
And
different.
Oliver working from the gun.
It's kind of that bunch formula they got out there.
See if they've got a screen working out there. No, they're flying.
Oh, they did.
Oh, my, it was almost an interception. He threw it, Oliver threw it straight ahead, and number 78, Seth Rusin, a 5'10", 210-pound defensive tackle, got his hands up and almost had a gift.
Yeah, he actually probably should have had that one. Of course, linemen aren't known for their handiwork, but that was a big play. Now, again, that holding penalty puts us behind the chains.
We're staying with the trips to the right.
Yeah, that was set up for that screen.
But they did not do that. So let's see what happens here. Oliver takes the snap. He's going to roll to his right. Oh, a good saving block. He's got the ball in the air, and he overthrows his man.
Wide open at the 20-yard line was Jesse Voigtchild. Absolutely wide open. And again, the passing game is just not gelling.
Well, I will tell you, coming up from the backside fast with Sawyer Wall, the senior, 6 foot, 175-pounder, bearing in on Oliver. But there was a great block. Give Oliver some time, but he just could not complete the pass.
And he was almost too wide open. And now we're gonna play field position.
So an impressive drive will end up stalling at about the 43. They're going to punt. Here's the kick. Bad
Super
snap.
High. Oh, look at that.
And now it's going to roll. It's going to be picked up at about the 4. Oh, and he got some room. He's out to the 20, the 25, the 30, 35, 40. One man out there, and he will stop him. Unbelievable at about the 35-yard line.
Boy, we had
first down and 10 Pioneers.
Punt return last week for a touchdown, 81 yards, and that one is at the 5-yard line.
What is it about the time when anything's bobbled or picked up at the last minute? It's a big play.
Well, Ballard scares you anyway. What can you say? That ball was
Oliver had a blocker on him.
Yeah.
He shed the block and made a touchdown-saving play. Let's see now if the defense can respond here. A wide receiver to the right. Everybody else in tight. They do have the running backs. And they basically have a fullback in their offense. They're going to give it now to number 33. He's their guy, Malachi Davis, 5'11", 175-pound running back, taking the snap from number 3, Grant Davis, the quarterback. Davis, 5'11", 160-pound sophomore quarterback.
Shunk gets in there and makes that
stop. He
stop.
Lost about 3, didn't he?
Yeah. Again, Shunk makes a great play.
It's a great start by the defense.
Yeah, he did lose 3.
2 wide receivers to the right. Walker Pierce is out here along with number 25, Charles Winters. They're going to throw it out here to Pierce, and he is hammered. He is drilled at about the 44. Pass completion for a loss of 4.
Gosh, McBride has made 3 monster hits. He saw that one coming. Now, I wonder if they'll come back to that and fake that. Raylan's kind of coming in, and it leaves somebody going deep. But, boy, what a hit.
So let's see what happens here on a 3rd down and long. 3rd and 17. 2 wide receivers to the left. That's Tyler Reinhardt and Walker Pierce. Wide to the right is Charles Winters. The quarterback is Grant Davis. He's going to drop straight back. The sophomore's going to air it out to try to get his man, and he's got him.
Goodness
He's
gracious.
got him inside the 10. Let's see where they spot it. Out of bounds at about the 9.
I would do that. I would do that all night if I'm Boonville.
You know what? That was a great pass because it really threw him open.
Yeah.
He was not open when the ball was in the air. He was well covered. But by the time that ball came down, he accelerated when he saw that ball.
We got a flag. I didn't see the flag.
Oh, I didn't either.
Hank Jennings is holding his left forearm coming out for wanting to
And they're bringing this all the way back.
Ooh, boy, we talked about bad penalties. That's one for them. Oof.
Let's see. Are they going to start marking? No, they're placing the ball at about the 46-yard line
just a 5-yard
of the
penalty.
Miners. 1st down and 10, the ball resting in the near hash mark.
Well, I didn't see the call, but 5 yards is usually. Have to keep an eye on Hank Jennings coming out of the ball game, and as we see Boyd White and probably try to see who's down there now for him.
Reinhardt to the left, Walker Pierce to the left, Winters to the right. The quarterback, Davis, back to pass. He's in trouble. He's moving, trying to get it away. Oh, my! The flag flew.
Yeah, that flag wouldn't be.
They're going to say that was roughing the passer.
No. That flag's too far down here. This is down. I believe an illegal downfield lineman. That's what I'm going to guess.
All right, we'll see.
What a monster hit that was.
That was an earth-shaking hit.
It definitely was, but the flag was down around the 35, so that's either defensive holding. Yeah. It's nice to be on this side. Yeah, eligible downfield, so that'll be declined. Yeah. Boy, I wish I'd have had who made that hit. That looked like a shonk hit if I ever saw one.
Well, the quarterback, to his credit, knew it was coming.
Yeah, he did.
And he just stood there and released the ball, which for a sophomore, he'll remember that one.
And that was a big hit. The Miner defense answers the call.
25, Winters goes back for the punt. Yeah, they got the ball inside Miner territory, and they're back.
Well, the penalty killed them as much as I talk about it for us. They were at the 9-yard line.
There's the kick.
Ballard. Get away from that.
Oh, it hits and rolls back toward the end zone. Oh, my gosh. Is it inside the 5? No, it'll be outside. Well, I can't tell. Might be about the
7-yard line. But
7?
Yeah, you really need to make that catch. I mean, that keeps that ball from bouncing. And
yeah,
if
that
you're
rolled.
If you're not going to make the catch, get away from the ball because that takes one wild bounce. And so now the Miners got to be a little bit safe at the 7-yard line. 6:17 to go in the first quarter.
It's 0-0 at the Roy. It's the Pioneers and the Miners. And the Miners are going to start deep in their own territory.
Well, we dodged the bullet on
the
that
ball
long
down at
pass
the
play.
8, 1st and 10. Boy, you don't want a mistake here.
Yeah, you don't.
Cooper Smith, wide to the left. He's the lone wide receiver. Everybody else is in tight. They're going to do that. They're going to do the power game off the left-hand side, and I think they're out past the 10 to about the 12. Is it Oliver? I didn't see.
It's Eli Scott.
Eli Scott, the ball carrier.
Down, number 63.
Yeah, he's face down out there, and hope is okay.
Bottom of the pile. 72 was on that tackle.
Cedric Payne is a senior, 5'11", 185-pounder. Yeah, why don't we take a break here? It's 6:03 remaining in the first quarter of play. 0-0. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
At Violet & Company, we love assisting each of you in all of life's special moments. We are a locally owned floral shop at 69 North Main Street in downtown Linton. Contact us at 812-847-3208 to purchase your arrangement for any special occasion or stop in for that perfect gift. Stay in touch with us on Facebook under Violet & Company for upcoming events and to see our latest creations. We encourage you to live life in full bloom.
Back once again at the Roy, and
yeah, looking at the replay, he got his legs twisted and then got driven to the ground, and he's not able to put much pressure on that. He's a senior starting defensive lineman, so we'll have to see how
they hate to lose him. I'm sure.
Now that means one of those big offensive linemen will now have to come in and do that. Looking at that, looks like they're all patting the head of number 60. There's no 60 on the
63 is the man coming off anyway.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, the one coming in you're talking about.
89, 72, 78 are now up there.
Second down 7 for the Miners. They picked up 3 on that play. Wide receiver to the left. Everybody else in tight now. That means 2 wingbacks. Oliver working from the gun. Takes it. Hands off. Coming up the middle here. Can't tell if that's Voice Child or
Scott.
It's Eli Scott, the ball carrier, out across the 15.
Virtually the same exact play. Brought down.
There was a fumble on that play. I didn't see that, but the Miners recovered it.
That's the last thing we need is another one of those. Tackle. Good hit by Walker Pierce. Or Hunter Kubler.
Right, you're going to say he only got a yard on that play. So third down, 6. One would think that could very well be a passing down.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Just a quick
wide
out.
Receiver to the far right, working on the near hash mark.
Got him a jump. Got him a jump.
Oliver barking his count, gets the defense to jump, and that will make it a 3rd down and 1, and that's a total different.
That's a big thing. So far, the penalties now really hurt Boonville. That was the senior, too, Steele Scott, that tried to get a quick start.
Wide receiver to the far right. Oliver, man in motion. He's going to give it to him. Running ahead. Let's see.
That's a Voigtchild.
Jesse Voigtchild, the ball carrier.
A Minor getting up, and that is Scott that's getting up.
I don't know if we got the first. Did we get the first down? Yeah.
He just needed a yard.
Cody Pigg is checking in, and who's this coming out?
Eli Scott.
Eli Scott is coming out, kind of a little gingerly on the.
A little gimpy.
I bet you we'll see him back in there. One wide receiver to the right. So Cody's in at one of the wingbacks.
And he wasn't there.
They're going to flip the ball there to the wingback in motion. Voigtchild. He's out across the 25, near the 26. So a good pickup on first down.
He just puts on the afterburners, and you look down, and he's gone.
You know, many times when he's carrying the ball, it doesn't look like there's anything there, but somehow he negotiates.
Slides. He kind of we've used the term skating. It's like skating on the football field.
Cooper Smith wide to the left. Got a wingback spread wide to the left as well. They're going to pitch. Coming this way, and it's a loose ball. It's a fumble. I think the Pioneers have it. They do. It's our first turnover of the night. It's the Jordan and Vaught Insurance turnover of the night, the first one from Bloomfield.
Tyler Garrett's going to pop on it. Shunk had a chance to pick it up, but he looked up, tried to pick it up, and looked up at the same time. And a costly penalty now. Again, a 24-yard line, giving Boonville an opportunity.
Let me get that right. Jordan and Vaught Insurance of Bloomfield turnover. There I go. 2 wide receivers to the left. They bring him out. Let's see. The lone setback is Malachi Davis, and he is a threat. They give him the ball. He comes off on the right-hand side, and boy, there's a gang tackling going on there. He's down to about the 20, but that's maybe a loss of a yard.
And he's brought down by
second down 11.
Ashton White. The defense looks good other than the pass defense. You got to wonder when they're just going to forego that run and just go to the air.
Especially with the success they had at the long ball.
And that offensive run game, there hadn't been anything positive. -3, -4 right off the bat.
Wide receivers left and right. Now we got 2 setbacks by the quarterback. Tyler Reinhardt is back there along with Malachi Davis. The quarterback in trouble. He's going to go down. He's spun down at about the 40 by, it looks like, Paul Oliver. Now they put the ball at the 35, saying that's where he was. But there's a, was that actually a flag?
A flag came right early, so it's going to be a hold, I'm sure. But I doubt we take that penalty because he lost as much as we get.
Boy, Grant Davis, Oliver was just bearing down on him.
It's Oliver's 3rd sack of the year.
So now it is 3rd down and 26 yards. Boy, the defense doing its job tonight. 2 wide receivers to the left. Malachi Davis, the lone setback. But the quarterback, Grant Davis, he's going to drop back, put it out in the wing out there. The ball is tipped. Was it caught?
It was caught.
It was tipped, but still hauled in, way short of a first down. But it's 4th down.
Well, they'll go for it here for sure. Again, they send Ballard deep. The Miners have just got to be on him. They have to be.
Incomplete. It was not pulled in.
So they'll have
35-yard line.
Well, the Miner defense has had to now defend from their own 34 and their own 24 and have caused Boonville to have to punt both times.
Well, it's position football for the
I would
Boonville.
watch the fake. Watch Ballard here.
I think it's too long for a fake. There's a kick. It's going straight up in the air, but it did that last time and then bounced its way down, and that's going to do it again. They're inside the 15. They're outside of the 10. Let's see where they finally spot it. Looks like it'll be at about the 13-yard line. Not the greatest field position for the Miners to start. And it's the second possession in a row where they've started deep in their own territory. After a great start with the drive
Yeah,
that sputtered, and
they got to look back at this and think we've had 2 excellent opportunities to.
Minor ball first and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
one wide receiver to the left. Oliver is going to give to Shank straight ahead, and he is out near the 20, just short at about the 19. Good pickup.
Yeah, got a flag.
Oh, we'll see what the call is on this one.
Holding will be probably half a distance to the goal.
Yep.
Holding against the Miners.
Holding against the Miners.
Well, that's 2 holding calls in the first quarter. One kind of stuck us back, knocked us out of the red zone, and this one pushes us back deeper in our own territory.
1 minute, 59 seconds remaining here in the first quarter of play. It's 0-0. It's been all field position football tonight, which has been won so far by Boonville, but nobody's gotten on the scoreboard. Oliver is going to roll to his left and put it way up. It's going to just angle and be intercepted.
Boy.
It was just kind of a dead duck hanging up there.
I mean, he was triple covered. I don't know what he even threw it. Now we got another flag. And I can't help but feel this is going to be against Linton, the way Coach Ollie is reacting.
Let's see now. The ball's at the 30, spotting at the 35. A winning ineligible lineman downfield.
I don't even know who that for, but that was 3 people. 3 people covering, and it was just no.
Declined the penalty, first down. 2 wide receivers spread to the left. That's Oliver. And, I'm sorry, wrong team. 25 is Winters, and number 11 is Pierce. Wide to the left. Malachi Davis is the lone setback. Grant Davis, the quarterback, has already taken some stern hits tonight. But so far he's been able to stand in there. Davis going straight ahead, picks up a couple.
It's a little bit of an opening on the inside. Ty Boyd and White going to make that tackle. Sooner or later, these mistakes are going to catch up with us. I mean, as I'm looking at, we've got now an interception and a fumble in the first quarter, and that's turnovers have been an issue for us this year, continuing to be an issue.
Number 11. Walker Pierce going wide to the left. He's the lone wide receiver. 2 backs, 1 on both sides. But in motion now is Ballard, and they're going to run that way with number 33 Davis to the left. And he's a hard-fought run in there on the inside, but not a lot.
Got a hit. Big hit from Ashton White. Ashton White is second in tackling, and now Hank Jennings is coming out again. So I got to wonder how he's feeling going into the game as Chris Lyon. Lyon's a sophomore. Obviously, Hank kind of not getting attended to, but must be something bothering him.
3rd down and 8 for the Pioneers. Wide receiver to the right. That is Walker Pierce. 2 backs. Man in motion.
Swing pass.
I thought they'd swing it out there, but no, the quarterback, Davis, is going to run, and he loses the ball. It's rolling around at about the 15. Do the Miners get it?
They did. McBride's going to get it.
It's another Jordan and Vaught turnover tonight at Bloomfield.
Jordan and Vaught getting their money's worth tonight.
In the first quarter alone. 2 turnovers here so far tonight.
3 turnovers.
3, thank you. 15 ticks remaining in the first half. It's 1st down and 10.
But again, the Miners are at their own 15-yard line, and again, they've dodged another mistake. Turnover, They survived. This whole game now has just about been played on the Miner side of the field.
The last 3 possessions, they've started inside their own 20-yard line. Miners, 1 wide receiver to the left. I think they're going to grind it out a little bit here now, running straight ahead. Shank is outside the 20, down at about the 21.
That looks like White. A little bit bigger
Ashton
body.
White.
get
ball
some
carrier.
positive yards. The linebacker Smith's going to make that tackle. And that will probably be the end of the first quarter.
That will be at the end of one. It's on the Meek Financial scoreboard. It's the Miners 0 and the Pioneers 0. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Quality work at an affordable price. From your roof, flooring, siding, or even your deck, call Scott Bays at 812-699-9664. Let Bays Construction and Remodeling keep a roof on it for you. When it comes to real estate, it's all about location, location, location. Greene County native Corey Motter serves Greene, Owen, Monroe, and surrounding counties, so he knows all about your location. Reach out for a free market analysis to get to know the value of your home. Whether you're buying or selling, you'll want to close it with Corey.
Welcome back to the Roy, and we got a good one tonight. It is 0-0. If you're a fan of defense tonight, you're getting plenty of it.
Hey, you're a fan of the Miner defense, you are. You're certainly seeing a great effort by the defense because they've started at our 35, at our 7, and our, well, I got the wrong side there. They've started at our 34, our 24, and our 35. 3 turnovers tonight, 2 by the Miners already.
The second quarter is brought to you by Key Associates, your key to the best. Serving Greene County and surrounding counties for over 30 years.
The Arrows have not responded. They are getting blasted by the Greencastle Tiger Cubs, 42-14.
Oh my gosh, I would never have expected that.
Either.
2 wide receivers to the right. Oliver's going to tuck it up and run to the right side. He finds a little lane. He's across the 30, out to about the 32. For a minute, it looked like he would have a long run, but it closed.
Looks like a design keeper. Boy, what a downfield block by Jimmy Wright. He pulverized his guy down around the 40. 14, Hunter Wilson got in on that tackle. Man, Oliver got some momentum going.
Feltner is wide to the right. Cooper Smith and also Cody Pigg split out on the left. Voigtchild is the wingback on the left-hand side. Oliver, the quarterback, throws it out there to the right. He's got his man across the 35 out to about the 37-yard line.
Kind of a wide receiver screen, but good. That gets Cooper involved in the contest. Gets the Miners 4 or 5 yards, and I like that.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
Second down 6.
Need to get these guys involved. Cooper Smith is a good target, and Hayden Feltner as well.
Yeah. We got 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. They're going to give straight ahead on a dive play, and there's not much room there. Maybe even lost a little bit.
Yeah, he took a big shot on the inside. 72 Scott getting off the bottom of the pile, but somebody else got in there as well.
Ashton White was the ball carrier, but there was just no room in the end there.
We got a third down. Didn't get anything out of that.
3rd down and 6.
Again, Wright was downfield on his blocker, so he's run behind him.
2 wide receivers left and right. 1 wide receiver left and right. The wingbacks on both sides. Oliver with 1 setback. Is going to fake. Get back in the jet sweep. Coming back the other way. There's some room. Voigtchild at the 40, the 35, the 30, the 25, the 20, and they finally get him pushed down inside the 10-yard line. 1st down and 10 in the Team Ortho red zone.
That's what I mean. You can't defend. You can't always be watching Oliver. He just used his speed and got right through the hole all the way down to the 5-yard line of Boonville. First time we've been in the red zone.
The people still had their arms on him at about the 40, and he was able to shed those guys and kick it into another gear.
He's a strong kid. Now, I got to say, Scott is on the bench getting attended to, so Pig is playing the other wingback right now.
Feltner wide to the right. Oliver takes the snap, and he's spun down. He may have lost a couple there. Number 72. Still Scott, senior, 6'5", 245.
He came crashing down from the outside. The backside did not seal. You don't seal. A speed guy can get down there. Scott came off with a limp, and looks like he's getting taped up, so I don't know that we'll see him. So Pig didn't play last week with an injury, and Goodman is suited up, number 2. He wasn't earlier.
I saw him there earlier. They're trying to run tough, and there's nothing there again.
That is
my gosh. Christian had nowhere to go there. Number 53 was on the bottom of that pile, and he brought that play to a quick end. That's Luke Wagler, senior, 6 foot 210 defensive lineman.
So now we're looking at a third down. We've lost
down
yards.
and goal at the 8. They're going backwards. We do have a new kicker.
Yeah.
Here's the snap. They're going to give it on the right-hand side. Looks like Voice-Child.
He's
Jesse's
in.
close to the end zone. Did he get in?
He's in.
Touchdown, Miners.
Well, he deserved that one. After having a 57-yard run at the 8:46 mark of quarter 2, and maybe this will wake the Miners up.
He was in traffic.
Yeah, he had to cut up field. He winds around, and now we're seeing
Here's our new kicker.
Caceres Oliver, number 26, is going to be the kicker.
They're going to go with the kick extra point. I thought they might see about trying for 2. They will not.
I'd like to see us try.
There's the snap. Bad snap.
Oh,
they pick it up. They're rolling to the right. There's nothing out there but Pioneers, and he is stuck. Had nothing to do with the kicker that time. It was between the snap and the holder. They didn't have that play coordinated. So we have our first score on the Meeks Financial scoreboard, 6-0 Miners. 8:46 remaining in the first half of play. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Things are obvious. You go to a place called Sportsman's? Well, you know they're going to support the Miners. You also know you'll have a full menu, including weekly specials to pick from, every Thursday through Saturday night from 4 to 8 p.m. So whether you want to dine in or carry out, call Sportsman's at 812-847-8759.
Welcome back to the Roy, and the Miners draw first blood here in the second quarter, thanks to Jesse Voigtchild's run of, 40, 50 yards?
He had a 57-yard run that put us down there at the 6-yard line. It took us 3 plays to get in there, but we got in there.
They did, and of course it is homecoming, so certainly stay tuned for that. We're still 8 minutes and 46 seconds away from that. A lot of football yet to be played before we have the Crane Credit Union halftime show, but it will could go pretty fast.
8 plays, 85 yards, 3 minutes, 33 seconds for that drive. And it should be Caceres Oliver kicking off. Like you said, in the pre-warm-ups, he's kicking them pretty good. So, I mean, we've got to get the extra points. But he
didn't even get the chance to kick, in fairness to him.
This is the kind of game, though, that scares you, because Ballard gets open deep and they score much like Sullivan. They only had 1 first down last week at the half, and the score was 6-6. Defense playing a whole lot better tonight, though.
Yes, there's the kick. It's a short kick taken by one of the up men. He's outside the 25, across the 30, still motoring his way up across the 40 at about the 43-yard line. Nice return.
16 is the carrier there.
That is Jackson McCain, only a freshman, 6'2", 200.
He's got some good size.
And he knew what to do with it when he brought that ball in. First, he was having a little trouble.
Yeah,
and kind of rolled around his feet there.
And that's what's led to big recoveries.
There wasn't anybody on top of him when he had that problem. So, Walker Pierce, Charles Winters, wide to the left. One setback. They want to give it to him. That's Malachi Davis. He breaks through the line and wanted to accelerate. He could not. He's down at about the 45-yard line. It's first down and 10 on Malachi Davis. First down for the Pioneers.
First, a nice run by him. McBride and Cooper are going to be the two that get him. But you see what he can do if he gets in the open field. Gives them really, I think that's their first down of the contest. It is. Jennings is out there on the defense.
I was going to say, I think he just went back in. 2 wide receivers to the right. First down and 10 at the 45 of the Miners. 2 wide receivers far right, as I point out. The quarterback, he's going to fake it and try to get up the middle, and he got nothing. He started as though he might have an option. He could hand it off to Jackson McCain, but Grant Davis elected to pull it, but there was nothing there. Now
and that's Corey. Oh, and now he's coming out limping, Jennings says. It's not a good night for him, and he's not putting any pressure down. We're getting a lot of guys coming with ankle injuries.
45-yard line.
Corey Andrews that came down from defensive end and made that tackle. So now we got Scott, who's up at least, walking around, but Jennings isn't.
2nd down 10 for the Pioneers. There's the snap. Davis will roll to his right. He's got an out pattern out there. He puts it up and no good, incomplete.
He took another
Davis was
hit.
hammered.
I'm pretty sure that's Shonk, or it could be White. That's White.
Ashton White lowering the boom there on the young quarterback, Grant Davis, who's going to remember this night.
I got to give him props for he's taken 2 insane hits.
And both times he knows when it's coming.
Yeah.
He's standing there getting set. And he's only a sophomore.
Well, he's going to get tired of taking those hits, and that definitely caused that pass to go awry. It looked like it was intended for 11 Pierce. 3rd down and 10.
There's the handoff to Malachi Davis around the right side. They need to contain him, and they do. I think he lost a yard on that sweep on the right-hand side.
Ashton White is.
So be 4th down.
White is absolutely dominating the front. He got out there. Malachi looked like he was trying to, kind of pick and choose where he could turn upfield, and he doesn't have the opportunity to. White now already 5 tackles in the contest.
The Pioneers have got to complete some passes in order to loosen up the line of scrimmage.
I don't understand why they're not.
Low snap. The kick is off. It's going to be high. It's going to carry him close to the end zone.
Well, he's got it. Nope, he's in the end zone. Oh, they're going to mark him down to 1?
They mark it down at the...
Wait a minute. He went in the... Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be at the 1 yard line.
I didn't think any part of the defender could touch the goal line.
By the punter.
I can't believe Coach Oliver's not... I mean, the kid looked like his legs were in there.
That was
that was a tremendous punt, if that's the case.
So close to going in the end zone.
Wow. I looked to me like the receiver's feet. I mean, he did get to the ball at the 1, but it looked like his legs were in the end zone.
My gosh, if we could look back at where they've started with the ball, it's been the 1 and the 10 and the 13 and the...
Yeah.
Boy, you can't afford a mistake here. 1 wide receiver to the right. Oliver will take it. What are you going to do? Schoolhouse left.
And just goes straight up forward.
Yep.
Keeper by number 13, Oliver.
That's all you can do. I think he got maybe a yard.
Just not a whole lot there.
2nd down and 9.
Yeah, 2nd down and a long 9.
We're all talking about the legendary Tony Dorsett 99-yard run against the Vikings, was it? Oh, I'm showing my age now.
Kevin Rader, Big D, Dan Phillips, Heather Rader, Bill Denton, broadcasting from the Welch and Cornett Walton Funeral Service Press Box. Your lamp of hope when you need us the most. Miners get it out across the 5 to about the 7.
That's Voigt's child.
And off to number 8, Voigt's child.
And he turned it upfield, got us a little bit of breathing room. And he gets up and has a few words with some of the white players in white. Gets out to, looks like the 5, the 6.
Oh, I thought he got out further than that.
6-yard line. Boy, it'd be sweet to go ahead and get the 1st down, not have to punt the ball, and not keep giving Boonville opportunities.
3rd down 6, waiting for the snap. There it is. Oliver has it. He's going to come around the right-hand side. He's at the 10.
He's got it.
And the 12-yard line. They're going to mark him at, just shy of the 12, which would be a 1st down.
And now we got another Miner with the legs looking like it's bothering him. 77, Breedlove.
And that run's going to be good for Linton Miner.
So he just fessed up one-on-one with the guy, and Breedlove is he's struggling, trying to walk it off.
But he's working it off. It's he didn't come off.
Well, we're trying to look down. Jennings is getting taped up on the sideline. Injuries can change a season so fast in small school.
2 wide receivers to the left. Wing back to the left. Oliver with 1 setback.
Oh,
can't mishandles the snap. Now the running back grabs it as well. It's popped up in the air.
We lost it again.
Oh, my gosh. It's another Jordan and Vaught turnover of Bloomfield. So this is the 4th turnover of the first half?
Yes, it's 3rd on Linton. And now you're giving them the ball inside the red zone. The recovery was made by 15.
Oliver would have caught that ball on deflection, but the running back reached up and thinking he would try to save the day.
They're looking. I mean, instead of looking the ball in, he's looking down the field, and I understand that, but you've got to secure the ball. This is unbelievable what Linton has done.
1st down and 10 at the 12. in the team ortho red zone. Wide receiver now. Splitting wide to the right, that's Tyler Reinhardt for the Pioneers. They're going to give it to Davis. I would too. He's going around the right-hand side. Flags all over. He doesn't get anywhere. He gets pummeled around the right-hand side. But let's see what the flags are.
Pulverized by Shunk again, and there's a hold. And
holding, and boy, here we go. The Miners shooting themselves in the foot, and the Pioneers are as well, but it's with penalties.
It's like Christmas right now for Boonville because there have been 3 turnovers by the Miners this whole half, other than that first drive.
Yeah, I know we're not going to have the halftime statistics, by the way, from Big D. Will kind of be pushed back to the end of halftime because of, obviously, the homecoming festivities going on here. But one thing I would be interested in is where we've started with each drive.
Well, we started at 35, the 7, the 12, the 15, and the 1.
35. Oh, of course, my pen quits writing.
I can't believe they're not going to the pass.
Here we go. Quarterback's going to keep it. Go off the left-hand side. He's got some room. He's inside the 10 and scampers down to about the 5.
And he saw that and kept it. Our outside guy was running in. He got a big gainer. Cooper Smith probably saves a touchdown, and Boonville is set up to score, and with an extra point could take the lead, and they literally have negative yards.
Second down and 3 at the 5, and you have a back like Malachi Davis behind you. I would say about.
Yeah, well, he hadn't been able to do much.
See what happens. They're going under center this time. Quarterback, man in motion. Give it to Malachi Davis off the left-hand side. He has stood up instantly.
Ty Boyd, Ashton White.
They were in a power formation.
Yeah.
And to get stood up and then from that position had to be not a good thing for your football team.
They're not getting, in fact, they lose a yard again. Ty Boyd, Aiden Sparks, 2 of the guys in there.
3rd down 4 from the 6-yard line in the team ortho red zone. 6-0 on the Meek Financial scoreboard. 4 minutes, 8 seconds left. Clock running. 6-0 Miners ahead. But the Pioneers threatening.
A quick slant to 26 or a quick out. One of the two. He's one-on-one with Feltner.
See, man in motion.
Here it comes.
They're going to fake. Roll to the right. Under pressure. The quarterback puts it up. Batted down, I believe.
Boy, that's Oliver.
Batted down by Oliver. Grant Davis was rolling to his right, but he was running for his life more than he was rolling.
And that's a good thing because Ethan Smith, 15, was out there in the flat, really in the end zone.
4th down and 4 from the 6. You go for it, or you put a field goal on here.
Well, if they had faith in their kicker, I would think they would kick it, but because that's not a.
This is the quarterback coming back. Grant Davis coming back with a play from the sidelines. He runs over to the sideline after each play to get the call. And here he's got it.
Yeah.
2 wide receivers to the right, 1 wide receiver to the left.
Same play.
He's going to roll to the right.
Same play.
Now he's got time. Now he wants to turn it up and scamper, but he's not going to make it. He's down at about the 7-yard line. 1st down and 10 Miners. The defense holds.
Number 4, Shunk. Number 52, Andrews.
Great play, as you heard by the PA announcer.
The defense saves the day again. Either Corey Andrews or Christian Shunk were able to get out there, but really that was a coverage sack is what that was. He didn't have anywhere to throw it. If I'm the coach, I would have said throw it anyway. Just try to make something happen. Now the Miners survive another scare.
Well, here we go. Now we're starting a possession on the 6. They go with a pitch, trying to go off their right-hand side. They're across the 15, and that's where it'll stop.
And they let that one go a little way.
But that's a good pickup.
Yeah, he made a nice
Jesse Voigtchild, and Jesse's slow to get up.
Uh-oh.
Nope, he's getting up. He is a tough cookie. But it did take him a little bit to get up.
Yeah, Lions is now on the offensive line, so we've had depleted our depth situation.
Look at that. He picked up.
See, at 10 yards there. He has 87
Aaron Lynn
yards.
making the call. Love that. You hear the crowd joining in.
So all year we've not had guys out. Now Jimmy Wright is out over here limping.
Oliver pitches to the left.
Pig.
Cody Pig across the 15, out to about the 16. So you pick up about 3.
And we're going to be calling some different names. Marchand 60. Marchand is going to be the guy.
Clock is running. 3 minutes, 8 seconds remaining in this first half. On the Meek Financial scoreboard, 6-0 Miners. They've just been working in the shadow of their own goalpost all this half.
Whole quarter of mistake after mistake.
Oliver takes the snap.
Got him.
Rolling to his right. He's got a man out there, but he overthrows him.
He's open at the 29-yard line, and he just led him too far.
Voigtchild, Jesse was open, cutting on an out pattern at about the 27, and the ball led him too far.
And he's there. We've got to get this passing attack to do something.
That would have been a first down, but
so let's take assessment here as we look down on the sideline. Jimmy K. I mean, they're not doesn't look like serious. I think Jimmy's back in the contest, but we've seen Jennings, Breedlove, and Wright all go out with something, and Eli Scott as well has not come back in the contest either.
2 wide receivers to the right, 1 wide receiver to the left. Oliver wants to roll to his right. He's going to cut it up inside. He stood up at about the 23-yard line. So he's short of a first down, but it's a doable.
Yeah. Well, you know, the way your defense is playing, you almost think you got a shot at just going in and going for it. Coach is thinking about it.
Oh, I thought it was closer. I thought he got more yardage than that. They're saying 4th down and 3. Looks like 4 if you look at the yard marker.
4th and 3 on your own 23-yard line.
Yeah, I don't think I'd do it.
You have let Boonville, the law of averages, sooner or later, boy.
Although, didn't they already get burned on a punt play tonight?
Maybe they'll try to. By the way, Scott's back in the game, so that's a good thing. Here comes a timeout.
Okay, we've got a timeout on the field on the Meek Financial scoreboard. 2:14 remaining in the first half. 6-0 Miners. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Autumn Trace of Greene County is the perfect setting where seniors can live as independently as they wish while enjoying the supportive care that they need in their daily lives from a 24-hour care staff. Call Jathan and his friendly staff at 812-699-4464 to schedule your tour. Come and find out why so many have already picked Autumn Trace as their choice to age in place.
This is Jake Breedlove. Are you looking for a house in the Linton area? If so, call my dad, Jeremy Breedlove, with Dyer Real Estate. Contact him at 812-798-7899.
Welcome back to the Roy. 2 minutes, 14 seconds. You see the Miners huddled up here. Coach Oliver talking to his football team before he sends them back out. It's a 4th down and 3 at their own 23, and Oliver's going back to punt.
Yeah, that's the smart decision to make. I know it's tempting, but
he always has the decision.
Well, I'm sure Boonville knows that too. I'm sure they would be well schooled on that.
Nice snap. Oliver gets it off.
Nice
It's
kick.
going to hit at the 40,
gosh.
inside the 35. Kill still rolling out at the 30. It'll be down at the 30-yard line. 1st down and 10.
That is a tremendous boot of 47 yards. So that makes you feel better. The ball at the 30, but I hate to be the forebearer, but it just seems like Ballard is their weapon. They're not had any success running the ball. I know we're not going to look.
Give me those numbers one more time about where we started, will you? Because my
started
pen's writing now.
The 35.
35. That was good.
The 7.
7.
The 12.
The 12.
The 15.
The 15.
The 1.
Oh my gosh.
And the 6.
Unbelievable. And yet, Boonville has not been able to capitalize. They're going to hand it off on the right-hand side to Ethan Smith, trying to go wide. They may have decided that that's not working well up the middle. They're going to try some things around the edge.
And it still was Ashton White.
Yeah, Ethan Smith could not turn the corner. He did pick up a couple, it looks like. 2nd down, 8, the ball at the 32. 1 minute, 40 seconds clock running on the Meek Financial scoreboard here in the first half. Halftime coming up, and it's homecoming, folks, so stay in your seats. The Crane Credit Union halftime show is coming up.
I have the ability to tell you the average start is the 14.6-yard line.
Oh, my gosh. There's the snap. The quarterback wants to keep it and run off the right-hand side. And, boy, I would have thought Grant Davis would have had enough of that, but he did have one scamper that went right down to by the end zone. He just couldn't get it in.
They're quite content with going down 6-0. Andrews.
Well, it's 3rd down and 8. We'll see here. I wouldn't doubt if Coach Oliver, well, maybe not.
Call some timeout. So, yeah, you would think maybe he just wants to get him into halftime. The Miners are playing very, very listless. I don't know if it's post-Sullivanitis or what the deal is. But the mistakes have been huge, and yet there are 0 points on the board for Boonville, and they should have points.
There's the snap. You got it to Malachi Davis straight ahead, and he just tunnels his way to about the 34. He got a couple, but not enough for a first down. It'll make it 4th down. The clock running with 30 seconds now remaining on the Meek Financial scoreboard in the first half.
Why don't you call a timeout? At least make them have to pump the ball. There could be a mistake on the snap. There could be Voigtstad could run for an 80-yard touchdown.
13 seconds now remaining. I don't think we're going to see another play run in this half.
I don't know why
on
that
the Meek
is.
Financial scoreboard, it's Linton 6, the Boonville Pioneers nothing, and it's halftime. It's time for the Crane Credit Union halftime show. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Wherever life takes you, whatever stage, anything that you need, no matter the season, getting there together. We are ready when you are. Crane cares. Committed to serving you.
So welcome back to Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners, and we are getting ready for our halftime show. And we will be able to show you the full entirety of this homecoming presentation.
And good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2023 Linton Stockton Homecoming Halftime Festivities. We want to take this time to recognize our Princess and Queen candidates and their escorts. We begin with the freshman attendants. Princess candidate Melades Caceres Oliver. Melades is the daughter of Edwin Caceres and Melades Oliver. She is being escorted by Dalton Boldry, son of Robbie and Rachel Boldry. Princess candidate Brinley West. Brinley is the daughter of Matt and Chelsea White and Mike West. She's being escorted tonight by Owen Smith, son of Mike and Katie Smith. Your sophomore attendance this year, Princess candidate Grace Breadaway. Grace is the daughter of Matt and Lisa Breadaway. She is being escorted tonight by Kason Goodman, son of Troy and Barrett Goodman. Princess candidate Shaylee Killian. Shaylee is the daughter of Gregory and Amanda Burcham. And her escort tonight is Asa Gamble, son of Aaron and Angela Gamble. The junior attendants, Princess candidate Natalie Brinson. Natalie is the daughter of Stephen and Amanda Brinson. She is being escorted tonight by Braden Crines, son of Chad and Kristen Crines. And Princess candidate Emilia Lynn. Emilia is the daughter of Aaron and Brittany Lynn. And her escort tonight is Theron Hibbard, son of Ashley Hibbard. Your senior attendants, homecoming queen candidate Bryn Anderson. Bryn is the daughter of Brock and Tommy Anderson. She is being escorted tonight by Holden Nagy, son of Paul and Rebecca Nagy. Homecoming queen candidate Abigail Hubbard. Abigail is the daughter of Jack and Stephanie Lewis. She is being escorted tonight by Devin Robinson, son of Seth Robinson and Caressa Fonseca. And homecoming queen candidate Peyton Smith. Peyton is the daughter of Jay and Amanda Smith. She is being escorted tonight by Brody Irish, son of Aaron and Jessica Irish. Crowning the queen and princess tonight will be the 2022 Linton Stockton homecoming queen, Carly Smock, daughter of Richard and Adina Smock. Carly is being escorted tonight by Wyatt Breadaway, son of Matt and Lisa Breadaway. Student Council President Lauren Bedwell, daughter of Lonnie Bedwell and Melanie Fulford, will assist with the presentation this evening. She is escorting our attendants, kindergartner Remington Paget, daughter of Logan and Laura Paget, and kindergartner Saxon Wrestler, son of Ethan and Elise Wrestler. And as we prepare for the crowning of the Queen and Princess, we first want to announce the results of the school spirit competitions. The club sheet competition in first place goes to the junior Civitan. The class sheet competition, first place goes to the juniors. The hallway competition, Second place goes to the sophomores. And first place goes to the freshmen. The door decorating competition. Second place goes to Mrs. Yingling. First place goes to Mrs. Findlay. And finally, the float competition. Second place goes to the freshmen. And first place goes to the seniors. And now, the 2023 Linton Stockton High School homecoming princess is Miss Emilia Lynn. And now, your 2023 Linton Stockton High School homecoming queen is Miss Bryn Anderson. Congratulations to Bryn, Emilia, and the rest of the 2023 Linton Stockton Homecoming Court.
We start the second half.
So congratulations to Brent Anderson being crowned homecoming queen for 2023. That concludes the halftime show here today, homecoming, and as is always the case, Crane Credit Union halftime show. Homecoming was very cool.
Yeah, and a great weather, perfect weather outside, and just an awesome event.
Well, let me let you get some stats in, what you can here. I know you don't have a lot of time, but
well, the biggest stat I can probably give you is the Linton Miners have 157 yards of offense against Boonville's 33.
Oh my!
So that's a big thing. 153 of that comes on the ground for the Miners. Again, passing 1 of 5 for just a 4-yard gain. Passing not been the name of the game for anybody. Boonville has 37 rushing yards. Yes, that means they've lost 4 yards passing on a 1 completion out of 5. They did complete on about a 50-some-odd pass down to the 9-yard line, negated by a holding penalty. But the Miners' defense has been dominant. Boonville with 2 first downs, the Miners with 8. The problem has been turnovers galore for the Miners. 2 fumbles and an interception. That's 3 for us and 1 fumble for Boonville. The Miners have been able to do some damage on the ground. Leading the ground is 9 carries. Paul Oliver with 51 yards. Jesse Voigtstraw busted a 57-yard run to the 6-yard line. He has 6 carries for 87 yards. 2 carries for Ashton White for 8. Cody Pigg 1 for 0. Eli Scott has been hampered with an ankle injury. He's got 3 carries for 6 yards. He's out there though. Christian Schonk 3 for 1. Passing, as I mentioned, 1 of 5. The 4-yard catch was by Cooper Smith. For the Pioneers, just nothing much to say. Grant Davis, their quarterback, has 6 carries for 26 yards. He also has the fumble, 8 carries for 9 yards for Malachi Davis, 1 for 2 for Ethan Smith. The passing, like I said, 1 for 5, a negative 4-yard catch by Walker Pierce, but Marcus Ballard showed he can be a deep ball threat, and it's just amazing to me that they haven't gone to that a whole lot more. The defense for the Miners, probably the big name that I'm going to see is going to be number 33, Ashton White, 7 tackles. He leads the Miners. Ty Boyd with 3, Cooper Smith with 3 as well. And for Boonville, their defensive side led by, looks like 4 tackles each from Ethan Smith, Hunter Wilson, and Hunter Kubler. And their Miners going to be kicking off. That was an uninspired first half effort, but the defense did a great thing, and that at least makes you feel good. The defense, as you talked about where we started from, we gave them the ball in our red zone probably 3 times.
I'm going to go over these because, to me, this is the key of the first half. Big D told me this, and you all heard it at the same time I did. The Miners started at the possessions at the 35, the 7, the 12, the 15, the 1, and the 6. So that's an average of,
that is an average of, hold on, I got it right
about
here.
14 or something, what you said.
14.6 is where we started. And
you can't win many games losing the field.
Look at the other side of this, Kevin. Boonville has started at the Miner 34, the Miner 24, the Miner 35, their own 43, the Linton 12, and the Boonville 30. And they have 0 points out of it.
I have to say, where Miners are leading in this one 6-0 as we prepare to start the third quarter. But they are winning the battle in the trenches.
Oh, no question about it.
The Miners are winning that.
Malachi Davis just, 8 carries, 9 yards. And the quarterback, he's got a 20-something, but I believe about 12 of that came on 1 run down here. The only thing that showed any promise for them was that long ball passing to Ballard. But to be honest with you, our defense is getting to Davis. He must have taken, what do you think, 2 or 3?
2 solid
shots. So.
Yeah. This third quarter brought to you by Key Associates, your key to the best. Serving Greene County and surrounding counties for 30 years, Key Associates of Linton LLC has helped generations of clients buy and sell homes. Whether you're looking to buy your home or next investment or sell your home to enter the next chapter of your life, call Allie Walton, Mary Beth Geralds. They're there for you every step of the way. So the Miners are kicking this one off. To start the third quarter of play, it rolls to about the 27. It's picked up there by number 5. He spins, but Tyler Reinhart didn't have much to spin into, so that's going to be the end of that.
Nope, and it looks like pick number 11 gets up a little empty. He was in on the tackle along with Ezra Powell, number 35.
Returned by number 5, Reinhart.
40-yard line, so that's a decent opening for them.
Okay, let's see what the Pioneers can come up with here in the second half to try to improve on moving the football. Well, you got a player running out at the last minute. It's Malachi Davis.
How does your starting running back not know to come out onto the field?
Oh, my gosh. Man in motion.
There we
They're
go.
going to give it to him. It's 26, Ballard. He's across the 40 and now to about the 43. Let's see. I think they're going to give him a pickup of about 3.
And going side to side right with him was 57, Wilson.
No, they give him 4. It's 2nd down 6. That's not a bad pickup at all.
I was going to say they're going to find ways to get Ballard involved in this contest. Either quick passes out of the backfield in the flats, or like that in motion where he's running full steam.
Get the ball in his hands.
Yeah, why not? He hasn't touched it officially all night.
Oh, the Miners.
There goes
Since
again.
they were going to the right-hand side, but instead they go to the left.
Look
and
at
now
this.
they've got some room to roam. They're across the 35 down to about the 32-yard line.
That was a nice play.
It was a pass play into the flat. He took off and took off running. It seemed like most of the defense for the Miners had shifted to the right, thinking it was coming this way.
They got
a
just about their biggest play of the game right
their
there.
second biggest play of the game.
24-yard pass play, and that puts them down. And Boonville, we're seeing some different sets.
2 wide receivers to the right, man in motion. They fake to the man in motion, give it straight ahead to Davis. And he is inside the 30, down at about the 29.
White and Wright going to make that stop, and that's really his best
No, they
run.
put it to 30.
He must have touched his knee somewhere.
Yeah, 2nd down 8. Well, the Pioneers are moving it.
Yeah, you got to
Let's
figure
see
4 down turf as well.
2 wide receivers to the right, wing back to the left. Going to give it to Malachi Davis. He's going to come around the left-hand side, and will not reach the 25. He's down at about the 26-yard line, but there's a flag down in the middle of the field.
And a nice big hit again out there in the cornerback, Raylan McBride, playing a good
Holding.
contest. Oh, gosh.
Holding against the offense.
And that flag came on the backside, so, there really was no use in that penalty. That drives a coach bananas, the penalty at the 30-yard line. So 33 will get a carry of 2 yards. I like that because that gives McBride a credit for that tackle.
So 11, Walker Pierce. 25, Charles Winters. Goes wide to the right. Malachi Davis, the lone setback for Grant Davis. And he throws it out here in the wing.
Early.
Intended for Winters, and he will not connect. It was a simple out pattern in the flat.
Yeah, and I think
Incomplete.
that's Ballard, but Ballard hadn't even turned yet. And then here's where I think those big hits on the quarterback stayed in his head. He got rid of that ball too fast that time.
He had a man wide open there.
Yeah, it was Ballard. And it would have been a short play, but already we're seeing him trying to get Ballard in there. And here, Davis comes out of the contest 33, which is a little surprising on a 3rd and 18. Defense got to get him off the field here.
So Grant Davis working from the gun. He's got a blitz coming at him. It's picked off at the 40, the 45, the 50, the 45, the 40. Running inside the 35-yard line and down at about the 33. First down and 10 Miners.
It started with pressure from Oliver jumping, and he threw the ball and right into Jimmy Wright's path.
Boy, it was a dart into him.
And he tried to motor. I'm sure they were trying to hit Ballard again. Went to the well once too often, and Jimmy K, just a sophomore.
He read it.
Makes the play and gets a nice long return. I don't really know how far that was. Maybe 30-yard perhaps. Tackled by the quarterback, so give him credit. $10 and a second.
Quarterback, Oliver. 2 wide receivers to the right. He looks right and then throws back to the left across the middle. Ooh, it's batted away, and there's a penalty flag. Number 23, Sawyer Wall, raises his hands like, what?
Yeah,
It looked like pretty much a hit.
It didn't look like necessarily a penalty, but it's hard to tell. It was intended across the middle there.
That was just boom, boom.
Anytime the officials start talking, it scares me because they always end up reversing the call. No, it's a hold on Boonville, so he must have got him by the jersey. Defensive holding, that's usually a...
You're right, it was the referee behind the play that made the call. But anyway, the Miners move here, and this could be really big if the Miners could punch this in.
Well, yeah, this could be what ends. It gives you a little bit more confidence
Look at
to
this.
start playing.
Trips to the right.
Yeah, that's a new formation.
One wide receiver to the left, one back behind the quarterback. They're going to give straight ahead, and I think that's Shunk.
Yeah, nothing there.
Maybe a yard.
Shunk, nothing up the middle.
Shunk and Feltner wide to the left. Cooper Smith they're wide to the right. Cooper Smith is wide to the left. Oliver will bring him out. He needs about 9 yards on second down. He's going to take it on a quarterback keeper around the right-hand side, and he's upended at about the 20.
Wall is going to make that stop, or Smith.
He's going to make it third down at about 5, I think.
Well, we're inside that red zone now, the team ortho red zone.
Boy, the Miners have not been there very often tonight, have they?
No, they haven't. And we're 2-down territory, absolutely no doubt. Got to take advantage of Jimmy's interception.
Oliver hands it off straight ahead. Shunk has turned around, and he can't make much of it. He may have picked up a couple.
Just makes it closer. Keep Kubler on that stop. Hit him head on and pushed him backwards.
Like 4 and a long 3.
Yeah, maybe got down to the 17, so.
They're in the team ortho red zone, but barely at the 17. 4th down and 3. This is a big play. They're going to scamper around the left-hand side.
He gets it.
Got a first down with Oliver. He was accompanied by, was that Ashton White or was that Shunk leading the way?
Looked like Shunk. Reinhardt and Ballard were there.
They love that lead blocker coming through on that for him.
Always have liked that play. 61 yards, 11 carries now for Oliver. Miners still outside the 10-yard line, so they can get a first down.
Kind of reminds you of the days when they used to have a fullback.
I know. What do they call him now? An H. What do they call it? They don't even call it fullback anymore. H back.
First down and 10 Miners. Ball resting now at the 11. Can they catch this in? Man in motion.
Scott.
They're going to give it to Eli Scott. Going around the left-hand side. He darts in and then turns it outside and goes in standing up. I don't think anybody touched him. Touchdown Miners.
He's going to cut that in. I think he saw that there was nothing there, and he bounced it outside. Looked like his foot was bothering him a little bit at the 7:54 mark. But that's the insurance that the Miners need. That's going to be touchdown number 3 for Eli Scott this year.
12-0 Miners now. Let's see if they can make it 13 or if they're going to go for 14. They're going to go for 2.
I think we should probably kick this just to try to make that, get some success on that extra point. You're going to need it at some point.
2 wide receivers to the right. The ball at the 3-yard line. Oliver calls his count. He's going to do the schoolhouse right. He cuts it outside instead of inside, and he goes in standing up. So the 2-point conversion is successful, and just like that, at 7:54 remaining in quarter number 3, the Miners take a commanding 14-0 lead on the Meek Financial scoreboard. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
This is a way of life when it comes to the VFW. Stop in Monday through Thursday, 2 p.m. to close, and Friday, Sunday to close to check your membership availability. Everyone's welcome on Taco Tuesdays from 5 to 8 p.m., and it's open to the public day. Stop in and see all you can do to help serve our veterans at VFW Post 7118 190 South Main Street in Linton.
I'm Audrey Sparks with Richard Brown Insurance, your local auto owner's insurance agent. Give me a call for all your home, auto, life, or business insurance needs at 812-847-4798.
Welcome back, and we are joined by our student assistant, Braden Crines, after homecoming. So, Braden, I'm going to give you the headset and let you tell me about your experience today.
So how was that?
Yeah, Kevin and Heather, it was awesome. It was definitely something that I will remember, and I think homecoming it gets better every single year for Linton.
I bet. Just stay mic'd up for a little bit here. You're getting ready to kick that off. Now, you were accompanying who tonight?
Natalie Brinson.
Natalie Brinson. Well, those girls look beautiful tonight.
Yes.
Here's a kickoff. It's going to go short to one of the up men at about the 25, and he's got some room, and then he's cut down at about the 42-yard line. Wow. So is it what you expected, or was it a little different? Or
It was more than I expected. I mean, it was a blast. It really was, especially the parade.
You understand now why everybody says it's a big deal?
Yes, I finally do now, yes. Yeah.
All right, Heather, you can take that headset back. I'm glad you enjoyed it. We missed you here, but I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Well, that was a monster hit on the kickoff.
Looked like he had real room to roam. And then, boy, they just cut him down like a tree. Split backs. Quarterback calls his count, working from the gun. He's going to give it to number 16. We haven't seen a lot from him. Jackson McCain, that's the freshman.
Now they're running both him and Davis in the back. Shonk's going to make that tackle. Looked like if he'd have kept running out to the wide side, he might have gotten a little bit more action. Shunk,
he has some speed to him, you can tell. McCain
makes the tackle, but Shunk pulls his helmet off and comes off the field. Got to be careful taking that helmet off before he gets off the field. They'll throw a cheap flag at him.
2nd down and 7. Split backs again behind the quarterback, working from the gun. He's going to give it to 26, going around the right-hand side. That's Ballard. Ballard gets it out to about midfield. Let's see if he crosses. He might to the 49 of the Miners.
He ran the ball hard, got away from the first couple of guys. Not sure who got in on that tackle, but
it makes it 3rd down and 2.
Doable.
I'd say a long 2, but yeah, with people like Ballard and Malachi Davis back there, I would say this is doable for them. But they have had some trouble running inside, and if you notice here in the second half, they've
trying to do some outside.
They've moved more to the outside.
Miners trying to get the Miner fans back in the contest.
You got to have the speed to turn the corner. If you go outside, there's one wide receiver to the left. They're going to hand it off. Here's that freshman again running off the left-hand side. Jackson McCain is cut down at about the 47-yard line. You hear the crowd reaction. They love good defense here, and boy, you saw it there.
Braylon McBride fought off they were engaged hand-to-hand combat, and Braylon fought through it and made a huge hit that eliminates the possibility of going for it, because now it's back at the Linton 48. Braylon McBride, the last 2 games, I have really called his name. Forces a punt. At the right at the 6-minute mark right now.
Jesse Voigtchild is deep. It's going to go off to his side, but they're trying to kick away from these guys. They don't want to return, and it's down at about the 20-yard line. Well, maybe at the 21. Well, I'm wrong either way. It looks like they're inside the 20 at the 19.
Now, Linton, what we need to do to right this ship is have a nice, long, full drive without any mistakes, without any errors.
Kevin Rader, Big D, Dan Phillips, Heather Rader, Bill Ditton, and
Ian Sullivan
somewhere.
He had to hold that
in
mic
the
on that whole
Welch and Cornett Walton Funeral Service press box, your lamp of hope when you're needed the most. Yeah, that's right. He did yeoman's work at halftime for us. There's the snap.
Ooh,
fakes the pass, coming around on the right-hand side. There's some hole. Voigtchild, the 35, the 40, the 45, the 50. He breaks in the open. It's a foot race.
Well, Ballard's going to catch him.
Ballard runs him down and tries to strip him ball from him, and he cannot. But it's the 1st down and goal at the 10. Ran the Team Ortho red zone.
He ran out of his shoe. Ballard, of course, was going to win that race, but Jesse did a great job picking the spots and running. That's
the dangerous thing, you're 10 yards away. You don't know. He went for the ball.
Exactly.
And he protected the ball.
That's right where the fumbles can happen, and you see him switch his hands.
Coming out for a rest.
Oh,
he deserves it. Two receivers, one left and one right. Man in motion going to the right. They fake it, give it to the jet sweep, going the opposite way. And I can't see who that ball carrier is, but he's spinning his way close to the 1st down.
It's going to be Eli Scott. It's good to see Eli. Came out there with that.
He has really been a pleasant surprise this year, has he not?
Sure has. Yeah, he started a game last year as a sophomore. He gets down to the 6-yard line. Again,
board says 2nd down 5.
We can get a 1st down, so that's another thing.
Good point. 2nd down 5, 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left, ball right in the middle of the field. Oliver takes the snap, gives straight ahead, and oh boy, he is just pummeled right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there.
We're not actually winning that inside battle on the line now. It looks like anytime we try to run inside, That was White, number 33.
Yeah, Ashton had nowhere to go. He ran right into about a wall of 3 Pioneers, and there was just nowhere to go. It's doable. It's 2 down territory.
By far.
2 backs, 2 wide receivers, Kevin, to the right, 1 to the left. Oliver keeps it. He's going to muscle his way close to the first down and close to the end zone. Let's see where they put it.
That was strength upon strength. And what I like seeing there was Paul did not put the ball out. He kept it close. 84 Tanner Garrett was trying to get it away from him.
They must also notice something to the right side because Paul's been tucking and running to the right. Pretty steady tonight.
There is a flag on the play.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Gosh, right down in the thick of things.
What was the call? Holding.
Oh, my gosh. Well, I don't know how many times I can say that, but penalties like this in the red zone when you're down to 3, we're up 14-0. You're not going to feel it as bad, but in a tight contest, these kind of penalties are going to come back to haunt us.
Voigtchild back in the game. Is that him on the right? Or no, that's Cooper Smith.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's going to cost them 5 more. Illegal procedure there. Oh, my gosh, they're going backwards.
We'll start on the Miners.
First it's holding, now it's a legal procedure.
So we had a 3rd down and 5. And now we're back at the 18-yard line. And it's 3rd down. I mean, it's these kind of penalties are just devastating.
Oliver takes it, rolls out to the right, wants to pass, tucks it up. He's being chased to the outside. He's outside the 10 at about the 11-yard line. So he's still going to be a good 10 yards from a first down and 11 yards from a touchdown.
Yeah, they'd give him that run. So you went on a 70-yard run by Voigtchild to get down there, and 2 penalties have ate up 15 yards, and now we're forced on a 4th down, and not a lot you can do. It's just far enough away. Can get a first down.
Wide receiver to the left. Oliver fakes, keeps it, throws it over the middle, and he drops it.
That was Eli Scott.
Eli, in fairness, it wasn't right on him. It was a tad behind him, but not far, and it was certainly catchable.
Yeah, certainly.
I'm sure he would like to have that one back.
He would. I mean, he was in stride. You got to make that catch. Nobody wanted to catch it more than he did, but it just maybe he was too open. And the Miners do not take advantage of that nice run.
McKinnon going into the game, number 10 for the Miners. So, 3:28 remaining here in quarter number 3 on the Meek Financial scoreboard. They're going to go off right to Ballard.
Yeah.
He is outside the 15.
Great job by the outside guy pushing him back inside, and then that's Ashton White that comes in and cleans him up. That was Ballard again.
He picked up about 3. It'd be 2nd down 7.
He's just trying to stretch it out. 8 tackles now for Ashton White. Taking their sweet time, aren't they? That must have a...
Yeah, they really are.
Quick scores while I got a chance. Monrovia is on top of Speedway, 28-13. South Vermilion on top of Covington, 50-6. Seeger on top of Park Heritage, 14-7. Last score was 27-6. North Knox over North Central. And we mentioned about Sullivan. They were down 42-14.
2 wide receivers to the left. They're going to hand it off on the right-hand side, and then they get a couple. They're running to the far side of the field. I think that was Malachi Davis that time carrying the football, but Malachi didn't have a lot of room there. There was pretty tough sledding that way.
Wright was out there along with Andrews.
Current count watching online right now is 2,516.
Sweet.
3rd down 4.
And thank you to all who are commenting on the Facebook post and sharing the Facebook post.
Almost.
Oh, my. I'm sorry, Heather. Number 11, Walker Pierce, tried to make a one-handed catch, and it looked like he had the opportunity and was going to, but he just ran out of real estate. He went out of bounds. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I see a lot of people that are watching on their campers while they're camping this weekend, so that's pretty cool. We also see some people watching from Bogstown, Indiana. We see some people watching from Hawaii that are serving in the military, so that's pretty cool. We see a number of people that are watching at home due to illness.
Yeah, Boonville have to punt. They do, and it looks like it's around about the 41 of the Pioneers. The Miners will take over in Pioneer territory. On the Meek Financial scoreboard, 14-0 Miners, 2:06 remaining in the third. This is Rader Media, home of the Miners.
Have you ever heard the expression, if these walls could talk? Well, if you have efficient spray foam, you wouldn't hear it anyway. Owner-operator Kent Medlock can blow in fiberglass and cellulose insulation to ensure the comfort that you desire. Just call Efficient Spray Foam at 812-887-7172.
First down and 10 for the Miners. The referee here is calling it, a timeout.
Trying to get organized.
A timeout. So we'll take another break. 14-0 Miners in the Meek Financial scoreboard. This is Raider Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Now at Casey's, try our new thin crust pizza with your favorite toppings. We also now have all-day delivery. You can order by phone at 812-847-3250 or try us in the app. Casey's, here for good.
It's time to go beyond what you thought possible. With an all-new adventure machine, purpose-built to elevate even the most exciting journeys. The Polaris Expedition is not a vehicle that defines you. You define it. Keep chasing the wild.
Since 1973, Linton Cycle Sales.
So we have 2 minutes and 6 seconds left in quarter number 3. And this game has seemed to have slowed a little bit, the tempo of this one. Hoytchild wide to the right with Feltner. Cooper Smith wide to the left. One running back behind Paul Oliver. Oliver will give it to him.
Oh, my.
Whoa, what a powerful run across the 30. Somebody hit
White ran right.
Ashton White low, and he just road graded right through him.
Hunter Kubler, he's not going to want to do that again. That was the best run that Ashton has done all
That's
season.
where you're taught to do that, hit him low. And he bounced off him. You can tell the weight room paid off on that one with Ashton White.
One of the strongest guys out there, and he showed it there.
Wide receivers left and right, man in motion. They give it to him. It's number 21.
Oh,
that's Eli Scott, and he's only going to get about a yard. A lot of field over there, but he was just being cut off. There were several Pioneers running with him.
He took a big shot by number 12, Kubler, again, and he gets up slower, and the officials are going to stop the clock.
Well, they stretched it out, and he kept trying to turn the corner, and he just couldn't do it.
He did a good job of getting away from the first one, but now the officials are talking on the sideline.
What are they conversing about?
Well, 12 was coming out. I think they stopped the game to check him out.
Oh, okay.
He gets a yard down to the 29 of Boonville. That is 23 yards for Eli Scott.
That is Hunter Kubler, 6 foot, 160-pound wide receiver, senior.
Hey, Eastern Green beating Clarksville 28-0. The Thunderbirds have found their moxie over there.
Tyler Reinhardt is spread wide to the left. Everybody else is in tight. Oliver tucks it, runs straight ahead. Again to the right-hand side, Big T.
Yeah, they had some penetration, and he's reading that defensive end.
Are they running behind the big 6'7", 300-pound?
Could be. I sure would want to. He gets to the red zone again, the team ortho red zone to the 19, and Miners
Breedlove over there.
Not looked good in the red zone at all.
There's the snap. Oliver
my gosh.
Throws it out here in the flat. You know, I thought it was going to be a possible interception because number 5, Tyler Reinhardt, but he was going for the player and not the ball.
He didn't look up. That play looked scary.
If he'd have looked up, he might have had 6 going the other way.
Changed the face of this game real quick. The thing is, you've got to see that the guy is coming in. I mean, I don't know why you would even throw that.
Feltner to the right. Cooper Smith wide left. Looks like Ashton White is the lone setback.
It is. He's got it.
There's a flag going long distance from about the 33.
Here we go.
See what this call is.
In the red zone again, and the flag flies. Ashton didn't get much. He was fought off quickly, 84. But
That's in the team ortho red zone.
Jeez, there.
Not anymore. But it was.
I tell you, I wish I'd kept. I mean, I may have the ability to do red zone penalties. That's going to be a 10-yarder. Oh man, I tell you, if it's frustrating for me, it can only be frustrating for the coaches.
I'm not sure what they could see from that vantage point.
Yeah, you
on
must
that
see
big
something.
toss.
But the Miners with, well, I know that's not right. So I've got the wrong mistake on my pad.
2nd down 20. Ball now resting at the 29. Oliver rolls to his right, going to throw on an out pattern, and it's incomplete. Right through the hands of, is that Feltner? 15.
Yeah. But it was high.
By the way, watch the 8th grade volleyball game last night. They played very well, and his sister, younger sister, played. She is phenomenal.
No, that's.
I think it's Avery. Is that her name?
Avery. We called that game on Wednesday, and something a little different for us that we enjoyed a lot.
Yeah,
and
we
had
did.
a number of special guests that joined us, so we appreciate everyone following along.
Receivers left and right. Oliver fakes, wants to put it out to the left. He can't. He sheds one man. Now he's in trouble. He picks up a blocker, but he's trying to run to the outside. He gets inside the 30, but not much more other than that. He might just be back to line of scrimmage, to tell you the truth.
That looked bad all the way around. They got pressure inside, and that was 4th down, wasn't it? Oh, it's 3rd down.
It's 4th down now.
I can't tell you not the best performance tonight by the Miners. We're probably going to get a W here. Can't say we will. It's 14-0. Anything can happen, but it's not the best performance.
Man in motion.
Oh, here comes
Eli Scott. They're going to put it across the middle.
Pushed, but
nothing. Incomplete. Oliver was throwing it across the middle.
Looking for Feltner, and that was too
and
short.
Feltner was open, but the ball was not.
Ball not on the target.
Not there.
So we got 19 seconds in the 3rd quarter, and I said this game get a W, but I mean anything can happen.
So puts the ball at the 31 of the Pioneers. Excuse me. Two wide receivers to the right. Wing back right. One setback, and it looks like
call a timeout.
That is Ethan Smith, I think, the lone back that would be with him. Yeah, 15. All right, got a time out of the field, apparently. So, with 19 ticks left, 14-0 Miners in the 3rd quarter. This is Raider Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Autumn Trace of Greene County is the perfect setting where seniors can live as independently as they wish while enjoying the supportive care that they need in their daily lives from a 24-hour care staff. Call Jathan and his friendly staff at 812-699-4464 to schedule your tour. Come and find out why so many have already picked Autumn Trace as their choice to age in place. Correll's Gas of Linton has been locally owned and operated for 77 years. They offer residential and agricultural propane. They also fill all size of propane cylinders and motorhomes. Located on Highway 54 in Linton, find them on Facebook at Correll's LP Gas or just call 812-847-4076.
Welcome back. We have currently 19.6 seconds remaining on the clock.
Let's see what they decide to do here with those ticks remaining here in our third quarter. The Meek Finette, they're going long, and they got a man wide open. Oh, my. They're calling a flag, but it looked like he got there at the same time the ball did.
Because he's not looking at the ball, and he's just putting his hands up to face guard. That's what they're going to call. But you almost have to do that because that ball was going to be a touchdown.
He was wide open, but the defender got there for the Miners at the same time as the ball did.
That was
Cooper Smith. Cooper made a great play, but Big D makes a point.
Yeah, that's face guarding basically. He just put his hands, but he had to do it. And that kid was wide open, and that's how fast this game can change. Linton is playing so listlessly, not taking advantage of opportunities and giving the ball over, and now they got the ball at the 46. I don't understand why they don't go to the pass all the time. They've had some
Well,
success.
I saw how many times he got hit in the first half,
you're
and it
right.
does make you wonder. But you can throw shorter patterns. You don't have to go long. Two wide receivers to the right, one to the left. Man in motion, and they're going to give it to him, and I believe
he slipped and fell.
Yeah, I believe that's Ballard, but
yeah, you're right.
He just could not get his footing when he tried to cut it up. Hope he's okay. Oh my gosh!
It must be a little damp because honestly,
he's having a hard time
lot
getting
of
up
guys.
here. That's the end of the third quarter. We've only got one quarter to go. On the Meek Financial scoreboard, it's 14-0 Miners. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Tradition is so important in sports. Linton Sporting Goods has a 20-year tradition of offering Hoosiers the best in sports equipment and apparel. Dad got his letter jacket here, and now it's his son's turn. Mom brings her daughter in for volleyball, basketball, and softball gear. Sports just runs through the family, and so does Linton Sporting Goods. And don't forget, they offer custom screen printing and embroidery, all items, all sports, all the time. Linton Sporting Goods, Highway 54, where the winners shop.
Well, one quarter to go. 14-0 Miners. Can they hold on to this lead or even add to it?
Ballard's still down on the ground out here. The Miners with 285 of total offense.
I think they're
Boonville,
stretching him out there.
Boonville with just 73. But it's been a tale of turnovers for the Miners and not taking advantage. Been in the red zone inside the 10 twice. And penalties push us back behind it, put us behind the chains, and we don't put points on the board. And they're trying to stretch him out. We've seen a lot of guys come off limping tonight for Linton, several of them. Fortunately, none of them serious. We saw Russell Goodman in street clothes, Russell Goodman in full gear, and now he's back in street clothes. So evidently when Scott was down, they wanted to make him that he could come out and play.
Well, he's going to stay in the game.
Yeah, they can do that because of the quarter ending.
So wide receiver to the left, two to the right. One setback.
Here it comes.
Quarterback looking for a pass, breaks through the line of scrimmage, skirts up to the 45. He's down to the 40,
nice
the
block.
35. He's got some wheels, and he's down at about the 25-yard line. Huge pickup, and now somebody's down again, and this is Ballard again at about the 40.
Barely got out of there. That was a scramble and a half, and he showed some wheels.
Well, he saw a slight opening, and he took it. And you can see the wheels this kid has. You can see why he's in there.
Scott's going to come out limping again. Definitely some pain going on there.
Shunk is going in.
Yeah, they got down to the Miner 28-yard line.
See what happens here.
28-yard gain.
Two wide receivers to the right, one to the left. They're going to throw out to the left. They got their man out there.
Reinhardt.
He runs around. Reinhardt going down the sideline. Just like that. It's 14-6.
That was ridiculously easy. Just threw the ball out in the flat. And he ran through three guys and went for a touchdown.
Most of all the traffic was to the right side, and they threw back to the left to make it one-on-one.
Well, we were looking at Ballard the whole time, and at 11:41, Boonville's on the board. And folks, they're only down one score. They've got a good kicker in number 21, Eli Mays. That's what he does. That's what he's doing on the roster. We're going to mess around, and all these mistakes are going to come back and cost us.
But it could be a one-score game. We'll wait and see here.
If we got 14, so we got the 2-point conversion.
There's the snap, the placement, the kick, and it is good. So with 11:41 remaining in this football game, the game has now changed. It's the Miners 14 and Boonville 7. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
At Violet & Company, we love assisting each of you in all of life's special moments. We are a locally owned floral shop at 69 North Main Street in downtown Linton. Contact us at 812-847-3208 to purchase your arrangement for any special occasion or stop in for that perfect gift. Stay in touch with us on Facebook under Violet & Company for upcoming events and to see our latest creations. We encourage you to live life in full bloom.
Have you ever heard the expression, if these walls could talk? Well, if you have efficient spray foam, you wouldn't hear it anyway. Owner-operator Kent Medlock can blow in fiberglass and cellulose insulation to ensure the comfort that you desire. Just call Efficient Spray Foam at 812-887-7172.
This fourth and final quarter is brought to you by Key Associates, your key to the very best.
Watch the onside. We've already had one of those this year. We do have the hands unit up there. Try to see who is that kicker. That was 3 plays, my friends, 69 yards, 38 seconds. And that was with a long pass called back.
And it was by the big play. It was by their sophomore quarterback, who has really taken a beating tonight in the first half.
Back-to-back 28-yard plays. First the run by Davis, then the Davis pass to Reinhardt. And, yeah, they're lining this up in a weird fashion, 61.
They're kicking from the near hash mark. And like Big D points out, it is number 61, who's Colton Lashley. He's a freshman.
Yeah, that's a big position to put him in.
He's an offensive lineman on the he's currently kind of running in place at about the 34, but let's see what he does here. He kicks it. He's kicking to the right.
Go out of bounds.
Trying to get it to go out of bounds, and it does at about the 15. So clearly they've seen something somewhere that tells them not to kick to the Miners.
Yeah. Well, in doing so, though, that's 2 out-of-bounds kicks. And I think it's where it goes out, plus 5 yards or 35-yard one. So now the Miner defense, our offense needs to, I mean, we've had big plays. We've not been able to capitalize on it. I'm looking, trying to figure out the penalties, because it doesn't look like as many tonight, but it looks like 4 holding penalties.
Kevin Rader, Big D, Dan Phillips, Heather Rader, Bill Ditton.
And these penalties seem to come at the worst time.
Broadcasting from the Welch and Cornett Funeral Service press box, your lamp of hope when you need us the most.
Clayton Kirkman comes up the center.
Wide receiver to the left, everybody else in tight. They're going to give straight ahead. Looks like it's Ashton White, isn't it?
Yep.
He's across the 35 to 36. He was kind of standing up a little bit more than when you see Shonk running the ball.
He's coming into the line harder than he has in the past. He just gets a couple of yards, though.
Looks like he get about 2. I'll call it second down and 8.
5 carries, 22 rushes.
Cooper Smith is wide to the left. Man in motion. They're going to give to him coming around the right-hand side. They keep pushing him back. Eli trying to make something happen, and he may have picked up a yard, and I'll tell you, if he did, it's a miracle. Because he just ran out of room, and they were not.
He's having to run way wide, and they're getting penetration. And when they get penetration, I mean, it's just nothing there. And now the Miners are faced at a 3rd and long situation. If we don't get this and have to punt, you're giving the ball right back to a hot offense that just went down the field and scored.
3rd down, 6 at their own 39. Clock running, 10:30 now remaining in this 4th and final quarter. 14-7 Miners. Paul Oliver looks to the sideline. Everybody checks their wristbands. Here it is. Jesse Voigtchild going around the right side. Jesse's not going to get a first down, but he's going to get it out to about the 43. Oh, no, they're walking it back. Where are they going to put the ball? Oh, my gosh, they put it back at about the 41.
Wall 23 was in on the stop. He turned it up, and Miners 3 and out.
So that's 4.
I don't know how long it's
4th
been.
and 4.
Can I give a volleyball update?
Yes.
So Linton Stockton currently in the Max Preps ratings is ranked number 1 in 2A.
Wow.
Fantastic, and I think they deserve it.
In Indiana Prep Volleyball
okay.
has a rating of number 2. So
they are fun to watch. And we're with them 3 or 4 nights out of the week next week?
3.
That'll be great. Great kick, by the way, as Heather was talking. You see it roll out of bounds at about the 9?
It's 42-yard kick.
Nope. It's at the 18. I apologize.
It's still a nice boot, but now the Miners
first down and 10 at the 18.
We're up by 1 score, so it feels so weird to me.
One mistake, long run.
And they've shown that they, of course, both of them have come back.
14-7. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. One back behind the quarterback, Grant Davis. He's going to give straight ahead and just get a couple. They've thumped that play to death, I think, today, and it's just not going anywhere.
The inside now, we got another Miner having trouble. That was 15 Smith on that carry. And that's going to be White. That's about the 5th different Miner, and he tells Lyons to go back out. Chris wants to go in.
He did want to, and he was being waved off by
Ashton himself.
By Ashton White. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. You hear the crowd chanting defense. The quarterback, Davis, rolling to his left. He wants to throw.
He's got him wide open.
He's got a man open. He throws it away because he just didn't have anywhere to go.
And now another Miner hits the ground. And that's going to be Ashton. Hopefully that's a cramp, but that's...
So that'll give us a pause here with 8:56 remaining here in quarter number 4 in the Meek Financial scoreboard. 14-7 Miners. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Mayor John Wilkes in the city of Linton would like to wish the Linton football Miners a successful season. You'll like Linton, but you'll love our Miners.
This is Jake Breedlove. Are you looking for a house in the Linton area? If so, call my dad, Jeremy Breedlove, with Dyer Real Estate. Contact him at 812-798-7899.
Welcome back to the Roy. You know, the last few weeks, it's all gone down to one play almost at the end of the game, and we're flirting with that again tonight. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right, working on the near hash mark. Quarterback Davis working from the gun, claps his hands. There he gets the snap. He's rolling to his left and then throws it back to his right.
Play.
Oh, my. Number 15, Ethan Smith, pulled it in, but he didn't see somebody coming at him from the blind side. And was
Corey Andrews.
Corey Andrews just had a beat on him and had him before he could even turn around to see what he was going to do with the ball.
Nice defense all the way around the Myers. Got a little bit of pressure that time, but Corey Andrews did a great job, and that pass, boy, we knew that was going to be a wicked hit. Forcing a punt.
See, it's Jesse Voigtchild on this side. I can't see a number over there.
Normally
Feltner?
it's Scott. Looks like Feltner.
So we're waiting for the punt. The punter standing on the 12-yard line. There's the snap, and there's the flag. 5 yards won't give him a first down, will it?
No. They need 9 yards for a first down. Procedure call, though.
Yeah, so they'll back him up.
A false start, I guess.
So it's 4th down and 13 from the 15. Boy, would they go for a block here?
Yeah, you never. I think Oliver's always thinking of going for a block.
Waiting for a snap of the football. They're calling the count. Punter takes it at about the 5. High boot. It's going to land at about the 38-yard line to be down at about the 37. So it's deep in Pioneer territory. The Miners, let's see if they can take advantage of this, Big D, to try to put this one out of range.
You would just like a nice
long drive.
Well, they won't be long.
Time consuming.
You'd like to see a mistake free. We haven't had the turnovers the second half, but we've not taken advantage of.
Oliver coming in, Schonk right behind him. Wingbacks left and right, receivers left and right. Man in motion coming to the left. They fake to that. Give to the wingback on the left-hand side. That's number 8, Voigtchild, and there's just nothing there.
Tyler Clanner was right there. I mean, right there. So Boonville has made some adjustments in that second half. Other than a couple of long runs by Jesse, the offense.
It strings them out.
Yeah.
They cannot. They look for ways to cut upfield, and there's nothing there.
He normally, just turns upfield in a full motor,
right.
But he just didn't have an opportunity to turn
Second
that motor
down,
on.
13, loss of 3. The ball now at the 41. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Oliver rolls to his left, wants to tuck it.
Yeah,
he's in traffic. He's still trying to carry people down to the 38. Let's see where they finally place the football. I mean,
he elected to run us almost immediately. Wall 23 and 16 15 getting a lot of play there. Those 2 guys have been busy. 7 tackles by Wall, but that just gets us back to the original line, to the 38.
The clock is ticking. It's your friend right now if you're the Miners, but it's not a close friend because it's 6:45
remaining.
Remaining.
Like to put some points on the board.
Pitch. Voigtchild going off the right-hand side. He's inside the 35, still going. 27-yard line. Is that right? Oh, my, no. He's still, I looked at the wrong pileup. He's down at the 20. Big play.
Yeah. Jesse's been the guy today. I don't think there's much doubt at all who the player of the game is going to be. Again, the Team Ortho red zone. Jesse with 177 yards on 10 carries.
Oh, my gosh. First down and 10 in the Team Ortho red zone. They're going to come around on the left-hand side all the way. No one will touch him.
Forget it. It's a hold.
It is?
Yep. And that one genuinely was a hold. The receiver coming in tried to seal it, and he got Jersey. Official threw it, and that wipes out an 18-yard touchdown run, but he probably wouldn't have had the 18-yard run. But again, Kevin, this is a hold inside the red zone. I know that's 4 holdings inside the red zone tonight.
Trying to see, was that Cooper Smith?
Yeah.
Oh, I hate to see him lose that.
Look, it was Oliver that carried it, but it was Cooper that came in, and I mean, it didn't. It looked like the guy just tried to get away, and he got a handful of jersey, pushes it back to the 27.
So, and that now at 6:10 remaining, first down and 19.
Yeah, it was first
but
down.
But it's a 27.
Fortunately, you still got 3 more 4 downs to do something with it.
See if they can do something with it. They're going to go off the right-hand side. Oliver is down at the 20. And a football come loose.
He lost the ball again. Unless they're going to call him down. I don't know. They call it minor ball, but the ball hit the ground again.
Oh, boy. That was scary. But Paul must have gotten back on it.
Somebody did. I don't know if it was Paul because he was on the ground.
Looks like the ball's being placed at the 23.
So he actually gets a gain of 4 yards there, but narrowly averting a turnover.
Man in motion.
Oh, man.
They're going to give straight ahead.
Look at him churning.
Shunk is churning down to about the 22.
I think that's Scott, if I'm going to guess. Let me get the phones on him or headset on him, and it was Scott, 21.
Boy, he was running like Shunk, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. He trying to pull the guy forward.
Churning, and he is not a big fella.
And he
was carrying a good 2 around with him.
He's battling that leg injury. He's still running forward, but
you heard Aaron Lynn there, 3rd down and 13. That is not where you want to be. What are the Miners going to do? Man in motion. They're going to fake the pitch to him, throw back over to the left, try to get. Oh, they can't get it, but there's a face guarding there. And it's interesting how the receiver in that case turned and was running backwards.
Yeah, that was
waiting for the football.
Almost identical. Well, I don't know how defending that's very tough because
Cooper Smith was the intended target, and he turned around and was basically waiting for the football, running backwards.
Ballard just turned, and see if Ballard turns around, that's a big play. You lob the ball up, you let the receiver slow down, try to get it, and then you run into it.
Boy, that's a first down.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Oh, my. What a huge play. this could very well be the play of the game.
Now, that would have been a touchdown if he hadn't have done it. So I guess you're keeping points off the board. Should put us down to the 12, 11-yard line. So it's still third down 3.
Oh, I thought it was an automatic first down with
too.
interference. Third down and 3 from the 11. Handing it off on the right side. Voigtchild skirts the end and goes very close, but there's a flag.
Another hold.
As soon as he turned the corner, the
Another
back
hold.
judge threw a flag.
Oh, my gosh. Well, it was number 5 that was yelling to the ref, Reinhardt, on the outside. And again, we shoot ourselves in the foot. Well, he got down to about the 1, but the penalty's going to be from.
I thought there was a real chance he was going to get in.
I thought he was down to the 1 for sure, out to the 21-yard line. So that 3rd and 3 now went to 3rd and 13.
Oh my gosh!
It's 11 penalties now for Linton.
4 minutes and 29 seconds. That's too much time left on the clock if you turn the ball over here. We said a time-consuming drive, but I didn't think we wanted a frustrating time-consuming
it's frustrating
drive.
to beat.
Oliver trying to run off the right side. He has a little room there, but not enough. He's down at about the 12.
Yeah, they're all looking for him.
He did a reverse pivot, and everybody was moving to the left, and he cut to the right.
He's 7 yards from the 100-yard plateau again. Would love to see him get that 7 here. It's 4th down again in the red zone for the Team Ortho red zone. Pig coming into contest now at 1 wing back along with Voigtchild.
4th down and 6. And as Big D pointed out, the Team Ortho red zone, man in motion. They're going to give to him, and I think that's Jesse.
He's got, I think, the first down.
Boy, look at how many he's carrying.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. And the 4th one turned out to be a spectator, but
yeah. Wilson and Mark and Ballard are going to make that tackle, but it looked like he got enough. And really, that was a great effort by Jesse. Oh no, a flag after the play.
I don't know if it was after the play. They're working on the past the far hash mark over there by the numbers.
They got him down to the 8. Is that against us?
I'm waiting for the signal.
After the play.
It's against them.
Oh, my. Huge.
Well, we got the first down on it, but Jesse seems pretty fired up about it. And that'll turn out to be about a 3-yard penalty, maybe.
1st and goal from the 5 in the Team Ortho red zone. Can the Miners push this in?
Well, normally I'd say yes, but tonight's red zone effort has not been stellar.
My bet is we got a Paul Oliver quarterback sweep to the left, wide side of the football field.
I think you're correct. Or they just bang it on the inside, but that's Christian
I don't
Schunk
know
in
what
there.
they're all discussing here now.
Well, the official may be politely explaining to him that and now Miners are like asking for another flag.
I don't know what's going on now, but I don't think it's good.
No.
There's a team meeting going on at about the 5, and I mean both teams.
Yeah.
The referee was in the middle of it, thank Kevin. But anyway, Oliver working from the gun, 2 wide receivers to the left. They're going to give straight ahead. Another flag.
Gosh, I tell you what, fans.
The runner is down inside the 5. I would say like about the 3.
I cannot believe what I'm seeing. I have never seen so many holding penalties.
Was that Jesse carrying the ball that time?
No, that was
that?
Schunk, and really the ball looked like it was wanting to come out, but holy smokes. This is, it's 10:06.
Well, we said we wanted a time-consuming drive. We just didn't want it to be a frustrating
1, 2, 3,
right?
4, 5 penalties in this last 5 minutes, and once again, the Miners' ball is out to the 13-yard line.
So what are the Miners going to do here? First down at 13 in the Team Ortho red zone from the 13. And, boy, they hand it off. And I will tell you, 21, Eli Mays just ate that up.
No, that was 72, Scott.
72. Okay. I was
If
going to say,
if the kicker did that, I'd be pretty shocked. I don't know, honestly.
2:41 remaining in this football game. 14-7 Miners. This is Raider Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Are you looking to save on your TV bill? Mike Moran has Dish TV plans starting at $79.99 a month, including free installation, 3-year price lock, and 3 months free Showtime and Stars. And what about your internet? Is it too slow? Mike has T-Mobile 5G with no contracts, no data caps, $50 a month with debit card auto pay. So why aren't you calling the local guy? Mike Moran with Midwest Satellite, 812-847-8848. Call Mike. He'll treat you right.
Back once again. 2:41. What are you not going to be around?
I said I'm kind of glad that
Where are you going to be tonight?
Well, I'll be heading to the VFW, where hopefully a bevy full of people are at tables right now waiting to celebrate a Miner victory. But I'm sure the talk around the night will be about the game tonight.
It'll be, like you said, it could very well be a win, but it might be a frustrating win before it's all over. But a win is a win is a win.
I can't say it's a win yet, because at 2:41, anything crazy can happen. But
especially when a couple of long plays.
They've shown that they can get
Pioneers.
the ball out there. Feel a whole lot better if you put the ball in the end zone here.
Second down 15, the ball at the 15 in the Team Ortho red zone. Oliver takes it on the snap, breaks through a hole on the left side, runs over the last man to meet him,
looking around,
and he's in the end zone.
Well, that'll solidify it, and that looked like a good run. Nice blocking down the field, and then Oliver, he was not going to be denied for Paul. That is touchdown number 9 on the season. From 13 yards out at the 2:33 mark, and I like to see this. Caceres Oliver can hit these. You just got to get some game experience in doing it.
There's the snap. There's the placement. There's the boot. Oh, my.
Did you see that? No good. To the left. That sure looked good. But
it did, but it was wide to the left. So 2:33 remaining in this contest. The Miners finally have a breathing room. It's scoreboard on the Meek Financial scoreboard. Miners 20 and the Pioneers 7. This is Raider Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Now at Casey's, try our new thin crust pizza with your favorite toppings. We also now have all-day delivery. You can order by phone at 812-847-3250 or try us in the app. Casey's, here for good.
So we'll see what happens in the final 2 minutes and 33 seconds. And you might start thinking about your player of the game, although you may already know who that is.
That is, without a question, right now. I know Ashton White's been, again, phenomenal on the defensive side of things, but it's hard to nullify 183 rushing yards from Jesse Voigtstadt on just 11 carries.
Which means the offensive line is doing its job as well. Miners have it teed up with 40. Waiting for the go-ahead. They have it now. There's the boot. Going to go to the short man at the 25. That, again, is the same number 16, Jackson McCain. They've been kicking to him all night long.
And he's a freshman, so I'm kind of liking the way he plays. Feltner's going to make that solo tackle.
He's a quarterback linebacker. That's an interesting combination. 6'2", 200.
I would say with the quarterback man by Davis as a sophomore, he's probably going to be seeing become one of those linebackers. It's out to the 38-yard line.
Down to the concession stand, if you can identify it.
226. Wide receivers left and right. Again from the gun. Davis drops
here
straight
comes
back.
Sparks.
He's under rush. Gets it out, and he's got his man, number 89 at about the 49. That is Tyler Kleiner, a sophomore, tight end, 6'4", 195. A big target that we haven't heard anything about all night long until now.
6'4" kid. He gets all the way to midfield. Shunk on that tackle, just his third of the night. Pressure from Aiden Sparks.
Going to go over the middle again, this time incomplete and intended for number 11, Walker Pierce, at about the 40-yard line.
And I think Walker Pierce heard footsteps coming from the other side. That ball looked like he kind of stopped running his route. Aiden Sparks, a young kid that has been seeing some play time on the defensive line tonight.
$25 Winters, 11 Pierce, wide to the left. Number 9, Nolan McKinney, wide to the right. Davis takes a snap, throws it over the middle of the big tight end. He's across the 35 and down at the 34. It's Kleiner again. And
again,
6'4", 195-pounder. They probably should have found him earlier.
Yeah, Wright makes the tackle, but again, it's back the pass defense. I mean, I know you're trying to keep everybody in front of you, but that gets down to the 34-yard line at a 28-yard pass and now a 16-yard pass.
1:55 clock running. Can they at least hold them out or make them work for it?
There it
they
is.
get it.
Oh, there's a
There's a flag going out, and the man's down at about the 20-yard line. It's Ethan Smith.
It's either hold or he's down. He was too far down the field. Ineligible.
Ineligible receiver downfield.
So that ruins a good play for them. And those are the kind of plays you only bring out certain situations. You know, you set them up all night, you can't run it. It was successful. It went to Smith.
Going to give a shout out to Clayton from St. John's, Florida, who is
they
watching.
wave it off.
Clayton from St. John's. Wave off the penalty.
They waved it off.
Puts the ball down at the 20. First down and 10, 1:43 remaining in this contest. Boy, you feel an onside coming on if they
sure
score.
Do.
Davis rolling to his left. He's looking to find someone open. Throws it deep, and it's too deep.
He just threw that away. That's a good play. Just threw it far in the back. Nice play by the minor defensive backs there. Smith, Feltner, and Voigtschad back there. Davis could have ran. The linebacker did a good job on that far side, keeping that from happening.
Always want to check the clock. 1:34 now remaining in the game. Two wide receivers to the left, one to the right. Second down 10 at the 20. The Pioneers trying to get on the board here. Going across the middle. There's the big man.
Wide
and he's got to be in the end zone.
God, how wide open can you be?
Man, they have finally found something, and we can only be thankful they waited until the last minute, 45 seconds to find him.
Well, there virtually was no defense.
20-13 in the Meek Financial scoreboard. We're waiting for the extra point. See if they'll kick this or go for two.
Mays is out there. Kleiner with 3 catches on that drive, 28, 16, and 20. Quadrupled their output in one drive. I think he missed it to the right. Oh, I'm no good at that.
The kick is good. 1:26 remaining in the Meek Financial scoreboard. The score, Linton 20 and the Pioneers 14. And boy, that extra point is starting to scare you. It's Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
I'll tell you that, yeah.
I'm Audrey Sparks with Richard Brown Insurance, your local auto owner's insurance agent. Give me a call for all your home, auto, life, or business insurance needs at 812-847-4798.
Service is a way of life when it comes to the VFW. Stop in Monday through Thursday, 2 p.m. to close, and Fridays, Sunday to close to check your membership availability. Everyone's welcome on Taco Tuesdays from 5 to 8 p.m., and it's open to the public day. Stop in and see all you can do to help serve our veterans at VFW Post 7118 190 South Main Street in Linton.
Welcome back. The Miners taking the field. They'll be waiting for what will no doubt be an onside kick, and I'm sure Paul Oliver, who had the team down there talking to them on the sideline, all hands team, I'm sure.
Yeah, you know it's coming. It's just how kind of a crazy bounce it can take. You can either kick it right at a guy and hope it bounces off of him.
See, Oliver is in the front line here.
McKinnon.
54, Ty Boyd.
Ty Boyd was a tight end all through grade school and junior high, still is listed at tight end, so he's got some hands as well. The second row is what got us earlier in the year, but it's a weird bounce. I see Scott back there. I see Cooper Smith. I mean, these are
McKinnon. We'll see. Well, now Oliver switches places with McKinnon in the middle of the field.
Well, I tell you what, if they get this, I'm genuinely nervous.
Now they're starting to switch again. Oliver's moving people around out there. There's the boot.
Got the bounce. Oliver's got it.
Oliver has it. Boy, it's almost like he knew where that ball was going to go. Did you see that?
Took a very friendly minor bounce.
He was on the left side.
Right hash.
And then moved to the opposite, and that's where the ball went.
It didn't have a friendly bounce. They were hoping to get it through to the second area. And now the Miners probably going to take a bevy of knees and get out of here with a win, but it's not a pretty win.
How many timeouts do we have?
They got 2. I hate these kneel. The kneel down, unfortunately, counts as a carry and as a -1 carry by Oliver. I always wonder why they do that.
Boy, go back to the huddle. You got plenty of time. No hurry here.
Ollie right now with 106 yards on 18 carries. Another good night by him. But I would suspect the minor players are going to hear a lot of criticism from their coaches come tomorrow, because I'm sure tomorrow will be a day of film watching. I mean, they got the win, so I'm proud of them. The defense, did a great job, so we got to give props up to that.
40 seconds now remaining in this contest on the Meek Financial scoreboard. It's 20-14. Miners will pull this one out. And, well, it wasn't a 1-point win like we've had.
Yeah, but it sure as heck could have been. I mean, Boonville came down. They found something those last couple of series, and just, if I'm their coach, if I'm their fans, I'm wondering why didn't we run this offense and try to find these pass plays? Because 89 was open all 3 times.
Last play of the game right here with 10 seconds left. There's the kneel down. That'll do it. Meek Financial scoreboard final. Miners 20. And the Pioneers from Boonville 14. It's been a good homecoming game. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Miners 20, Pioneers 14.
Tradition is so important in sports. Linton Sporting Goods has a 20-year tradition of offering Hoosiers the best in sports equipment and apparel. Dad got his letter jacket here, and now it's his son's turn. Mom brings her daughter in for volleyball, basketball, and softball gear. Sports just runs through the family, and so does Linton Sporting Goods. And don't forget, they offer custom screen printing and embroidery, all items, all sports, all the time. Linton Sporting Goods, Highway 54, where the winners shop.
So we're back again, and we told you the final in this one was 20-14, and boy, this is one of those. It was begrudging yardage all game, and then when they finally either team could break one, it was usually called back.
Yeah, I mean, Linton had a big single effort running, getting down inside the 4 and 5. It's just when I have a chance to go back and look at the numbers, I think it's going to be astonishing how we were down in the red zone and just outside the red zone multiple times and unable to finally put one in there at the end. But Boonville missed opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. They
especially in the first half.
Yeah,
they have to be
and
kicking
interceptions
themselves
right there. They got nothing out of that, but yet they got to feel good about. I mean, Linton's the number 7 ranked 2A team in the state, and then the 20-14 scored, and they moved the ball towards the end there. I mean, Paul Oliver ends up with 20 carries, 103 yards, but Jesse Voigt's child obviously with 11 carries and 183. And with that effort, you definitely got to give him the player of the game. Valdico, player of the game, Jesse Voigtshot, 11 carries, 183 yards. And, of course, defensively, he's playing out there at the safety position. And he didn't have to do much to run support because Ashton White was in there. I gave him an honorable mention in there. But, boy, what an effort. That's 16.6 yards a carry, Kevin.
It's just unbelievable. I mean,
let's see if I can find where they
were.
I
don't know. You say, well, Jesse's done this before, but I don't know if he's ever had this much.
That might be a career high. It's a 57-yard run at one point, a 70-yard run at another point. And the not funny thing about it is on both those occasions, the 57 one put us at the 5, the 70 put us at the 11. We didn't score on either one of those two. So the Pioneers, of course, towards the end started making something happen. He was Grant Davis was 8 of 18 for 125 yards, 2 TDs and 1 pick. That pick was a big one. Jimmy Wright burrowed down the sideline.
That was
for
a big
while.
play.
Yeah. Davis also led them in rushing. 7 carries, 54 yards. Malachi Davis, 10 carries for 13, 4 for 12 for Ballard. Overall, Boonville with just 208 yards ended up making it respectable. 83 on the ground, 125 in the air. Linton with 341. That number looks good, but I don't think we're going to be happy with the ending result. The 339 on the ground. Again, the passing, 2 of 10 for just 2 yards. And that's not something that's going to work for us as we go down the road. But it is a W, as you say. You get a win, and you fought through it. And we didn't look like the same team that played last week or the week before. Hopefully got it out of our system tonight.
No, but 4-1 looks pretty good.
That looks sweet. I'll take that. I mean, tomorrow's another day, and you go in there and find out. I think there's something to coming down after playing such big games against Monrovia. Big game. St. Teresa was a big game.
Well, Sullivan
game.
was a downer tonight.
Yeah,
a real downer because they lost.
They got cleaned. They got cleaned pretty heavily by halftime, 42-14. So, but we're going to have to play a whole lot better when Western comes to town. This is a 4A team that's played some stellar competitions, got a really good running back. I don't know if, Coach will, I wouldn't even ask him if they're looking ahead at all. I think it's the come down from such a big emotional contest last week is what I really think happened. We just didn't play with the same intensity that we should. We got up and the defense, let me go back. The defense did a great job. So let me give credit. Let me turn it into a positive. I thought 10 tackles from Ashton White. He could have been right there with player of the game. They couldn't get anything going on the inside. 3 tackles for loss for Ashton. Paul Oliver, 2 tackles for loss. We have, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9.5 tackles for loss tonight, Kevin. And
wow.
That's pretty good job. 10 tackles from Ashton.
Well,
5. Braylon McBride, another guy, spotlight him from the cornerback. He made 2 crushing hits from cornerback, and he's becoming a real player.
You know, when we talked about this at halftime, but the first half when the Miners had the ball at the 35 on possessions, 7, 12, 15, 1, and 6, and you come out with 0 on the halftime scoreboard, you could not be more fortunate.
Yeah, I mean, that's Boonville fans got to be going, we come up with nothing, and we got a kicker. You know, obviously he kicked the extra points both good. They could have at least come away with 3 or 6. You know, the two field goals ties this contest. But I understand their logic. You're only going to get so many opportunities, and it kept on happening. So the Miner defense dominated. Up front, we were constantly in there, and the passing plays, they had a good couple of deep passes that made some success towards the end. I know we're playing safe. I know we're playing safety, but boy, 89 was. Gosh, he was wide open at 60-some-odd yards on that last drive.
I'm telling you, he is a big target, and he's hard for those defensive backs for Linton or anybody else. You know, he's like Gronk running around out there.
What's scary about it really is that teams are going to scout this stuff, and they're going to see, okay, Linton's putting the ball on the ground. Let's start hacking the ball. Linton's giving up pass plays. I mean, some of them went back, but those are definitely areas of improvement. Again, we got 2 guys with over 100 yards rushing. That's the second time that's happened this year.
So it's Jesse and who?
Paul Oliver had 106 before he had the 3 kneels. So he's on pace for a 1,000-yard season.
And
Paul
Jesse turned out at what?
He had 188, I think.
I'm asking because we're going to let Big D out of here early. Because he's got some Well, of course, Heather and I will stay here and
That's some
hold down the fort
some
and talk to
entertainment
Coach
to do.
Oliver.
By the time Coach gets up here, it could be about 11 o'clock. But
I will go ahead and preview our upcoming week because we have a huge week. Starting Monday.
She says with a scowl on her face.
No, we're excited. Monday, we are on the road with the Linton volleyball team. They travel to North Central, and we will be live streaming that game on Monday. Then Tuesday, we return home where the high school volleyball team will take on North Knox. Wednesday, we're returning back to the high school game for the middle school versus Bloomfield matchup. And we have a special guest commentator that evening that we're pretty excited about. We're not going to share that right now. It's going to be
a pair, isn't it?
Well, it's at least one, possibly two.
Okay.
And then on Thursday, home again, varsity volleyball, junior varsity volleyball against North Davies. And then Friday, we return here to the press box for Friday Night Lights against Western. So we will be every single night next week carrying a game for all of you to watch free on the live stream. So we're pretty excited about that.
Before I get out of here, I just got to comment. I mean, the amount of work you guys are putting into this. You folks don't know how much work and effort these two people are putting into this. I mean, that's a lot of work. I don't know what else to tell you, but there's a lot of behind the scenes, a lot of negotiating, a lot of they will do this and do that. Plus, they're trying to do it the right way by following the coach's wishes. And they're getting everybody involved like they said they would. And I'm very proud to be a part of it. And I think you should all know what the effort is these guys are doing for Linton Sports and the Linton High School as well.
Well, thank you, Big D.
Those are my closing words.
Get out of here. Have a good show tonight.
And I think one thing that we could maybe expand on with something that Big D just said is that we get a lot of questions as to why we are not direct streaming right to Facebook. And for those of you that are new or for those of you that may have missed this, coaches have requested that the feed goes down 24 hours at the end of the ball game. So if we were to Facebook syndicate this and the live stream goes directly to Facebook, we are not able to take the game down per their wishes. And obviously our goal is to partner with the school and work directly with the coaches. And so that's why each game night we put on a graphic, we put up the link, and we ask that we have the opportunity for you to be able to click the link for you to watch. And we are so thankful for those of you that are commenting where you're watching from. We saw a lot of people tonight that are watching from home. And at one point in time, we had 2,700 plus people online. So we know that this number will grow over the next day with people that will be watching it on the replay. So keep in mind that 10:30 tomorrow evening is your time to be able to go back and watch not only the game, but maybe be able to watch the homecoming as well.
You know, I'm looking at this because of you see this all the way through the game, but I don't get to, of the people who've logged on and say they're watching and where they're watching from and how much they're enjoying it. We enjoy that. Thank you.
We do enjoy it. And we had our first email submission this evening. That's where the Clayton from St. John's, Florida came through. So they went to our website and we're actually putting a comment directly there on the home site. So we do appreciate that. Kevin, I think we would be remiss if we did not give so much thank yous to Bill Denton, who joined us tonight, because he's been phenomenal on the camera work this evening. And our student assistant, Ian Sullivan, who is
standing right behind you,
standing right behind me, who has kind of job shadowed every different position this evening. So thankful to have Braden Crines that had popped up.
It's nice of him to stop by, even though he was enjoying himself tonight.
He mentioned
looked
he was
pretty dapper.
He did. Looked very handsome, and said that he was going to try to come up and say hello to all of us. So we're very glad that he did as well.
Oh, okay. Okay. I can. I'll try.
We'll once again go ahead
have a good show, Big D.
And say thank you to Big D Dan Phillips, color announcer, who is heading to the VFW, who is currently one of our sponsors this year for football. So he is heading to the VFW to play a show. Kevin Rader on play-by-play, myself producing, and Bill Denton, retired WTHR News 13 cameraman, as well as Ian Sullivan, who had his first game this evening as student assistant. And Ian, if you'd like to go ahead and pick up a headset, we're going to let you talk some. We're going to let you talk some post game.
So here at Linton Stockton, we have one of the best.
Start that again, Ian.
Here at Linton, we have one of the best student sections. As a student, I get to experience this at every sporting event that we have. And whenever you go to other schools, it's just not the same seeing their student section compared to ours. It's just so big. The band's always booming. Everybody's having fun. We got hamburgers, cheeseburgers, all kinds of burgers. It's just always a great time. The minor pride here is just so strong. It's a great school. Linton is just a great place to be with everyone.
Well, it's really nice of you because all that fun was taking place outside, and you got stuck in here with us.
Actually, I got to be with the FFA team a lot, too.
Oh, good. Good.
It's great.
I noticed he was in and out supporting his other club, too, so that was incredible. How do you think tonight's first broadcast for you went, Ian?
I think it was pretty fun. I got to talk about some of the fundraisers, help some people out.
It's pretty cool.
The mattress fundraiser is a big part of the art program.
Right. And that's happening next Saturday, the 23rd. So as you mentioned earlier, a number of students actually dress up as mattresses.
Yeah.
And stand outside to try to get people to come in. And we've seen this done with some other schools, so we're excited to see some minor pride represented in those mattresses this next coming week. You also mentioned, and I think that I would like to remind people this as well, that the Bring Change to Mind Club is having their huge mental health walk 1 week from today, rather. And it'll be held during the school day on the 22nd, and students can bring $1 to come out and walk around the track. They sold T-shirts. They had a fundraiser for that as well. So we're excited. We're going to actually be out participating with that and helping with some of the games and walking as well. So we're pretty excited. Also, School Picture Day, Wednesday. September 20th. So if you're a middle school student or a high school student, School Picture Day is Wednesday. And then elementary, I'm told, is on Wednesday, November the 1st.
All right. I'm looking at some of these stats that Big D left for us here. Linton total yards 341, Boonville 208. Rushing, Linton 51 carries for 339 yards. Passing, 2 attempts. Is that right? I'm not sure what that is. I better not. He's kind of just scribbled some stuff here. But Paul ran 20 carries for 103 yards. Jesse, 11 carries for 183. Wow. And so you look at rushing and passing. Boonville rushed for 183 yards, passed for 125. Linton, as we said, rushed for 339, but only passed for a couple. Had a lot of called back tonight. So anyway, it was just one of those. We're waiting, of course, for Coach Paul Oliver, and I think we'll take another break.
Coach Brian Oliver.
Brian Oliver. And we'll be talking to him momentarily when he always makes his way up here. This is Rader Media Sports. We'll be right back.
At Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're not just good at insurance. We're good at Emma and Jake's just baby-proof their 2-bedroom bungalow to prepare for baby number 1 insurance. We're good at Madeline and Chance's just gave in and became minivan people to make room for baby number 2 insurance. And we're good at Gabby and Nate's just moved to a house with a bigger backyard to welcome fur baby number 3 insurance. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
When it comes to real estate, it's all about location, location, location. Greene County native Corey Motter serves Greene, Owen, Monroe, and surrounding counties, so he knows all about your location. Reach out for a free market analysis to get to know the value of your home. Whether you're buying or selling, you'll want to close it with Corey.
Welcome back. Still just a few folks kind of lingering around here after this 20-14 football game today. Win over 4A Boonville by the Miners. And, you know, nothing wrong with a win is a win is a win, but it'll be interesting to hear Coach Oliver talk about this one, especially in light of Sullivan losing tonight. And at last check anyway, it looked like they were going to lose big, which I think is kind of a surprise. But what do we have next weekend for football? Is it Western?
We have Western that will play here at home. The kickoff is at 7 p.m. And it's going to be a pretty busy day on Friday. There is, as we mentioned, there's the Bring Change to Mind. During the day, we'll also have our minor broadcasting club. So we'll be there during middle school lunch and high school lunch as well. So, Ian, you need to... If you think of any of your friends that might be interested in joining the club, please bring them along.
I actually had a few in and out today.
Oh, you did?
They're interested.
Oh, cool. I noticed that you had some people kind of job shadowing you, so that's pretty cool.
Homecoming was pretty cool tonight.
Homecoming was extremely smooth on this side of the press box, I thought. Bill did an incredible job of being able to zoom in and be able to show the faces, and so we're very excited to be able to showcase that. And Coach Brian Oliver has just joined us in the press box.
Coach, you can sit down tonight. Big D left.
Thanks, man.
Well, congratulations, because as always, a win is a win is a win. You'll take it no matter how ugly. But this was not a pretty win, Coach.
That's a win. It's a win against a 4A school that has a lot of good dudes out there, and it's a win. I mean, our intensity at time wasn't there, but we was able to overcome. We'll find any which way to win, and this team definitely does that.
I looked at the first half and I asked Big D for this stat because where you started with the football in just the first half, I thought it was a miracle that you came out 0-0. You started at the 35, the 7, the 12, the 15, the 1, and the 6.
Yeah. The field position definitely wasn't in our favor, and it was kind of tough for us to get out of there. But our defense was doing tremendous, and that's definitely one thing that we'll hang our hat on all year long is our defense. We was able to get pressure on the Q. We was able to make some plays.
There were some hard hits out there tonight, Coach.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we challenged the guys at halftime to come out and be more physical and be more intense, and you could tell when we first got the ball when Jimmy K got the interception, and that really was the big momentum swing for us.
I think of Jesse tonight running because, 180-some yards.
Oh, wow. I didn't know how many yards he had, but I know he had one heck of a game. It's probably one of the best games I've ever seen him play.
Yeah, 183, I think, is the total.
Yeah, I mean, you look at him coming out there, he's the $155 or something like that, and as tough as he is.
Paul added 100 on his own. I mean, you had good yardage tonight, but I'll tell you, I'm glad for you that they never found that tight end until the last minute of the ball game.
Well, we knew eventually they would throw to him. We always had a spy on him a little bit because watching the film, and he's a big target.
6'4". Yeah.
And so we knew that. They kind of hit him a little bit there, and we just missed him. Our safety went the opposite way. He broke in the middle, and so he was a little more wide open there than he needed to. But, no, it was a good play on them, and we knew who their dudes were that we were trying to go away from, and we just got a little too greedy in spot and left another dude open.
It seemed like in the first half they were trying to run inside. Second half they tried to run outside. And either way, it wasn't very successful.
No.
They strung them out.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, when we got our guys out there and they're all healthy, I mean, our defense is really good. And so we got guys that can stop in the middle. We got guys athletic enough to come on the outside. I mean, we knew some things. They gave us some good keys, what we can look at. We knew 25 was going to get the ball. I mean, that's who they wanted to get him the ball. That's the guy we had to contain. And we just came up there, and we was able to get some good reads and come up there and fly around and make some hits.
This is like one of those old – you remember the old Central Division in the NFL when it was like the Bears and the Packers? I mean, that's just what this seemed like tonight. It was a thumping back and forth.
You got two good teams out there and two physical teams, and they were just going toe-to-toe. And we were able to get some points early – and then get the lead, and then they came back, and then we was able to finally get that touchdown. And, yeah, there were some holding plays and different things like that. And I'm thinking, man, I want the points. But also that clock was getting run down as well.
Right.
And so there was a lot of times we were down here inside that red zone. We'd have a penalty, and then they would get a penalty, and it was just back and forth. I'm thinking, just keep that clock running, and we're going to be all right, and then get the points. And we were fortunate enough to get the points as well.
Look at the yardage, like I think it's 339, but passing, you need some work in there?
Oh, absolutely. That's kind of why we started throwing a little bit more on first down. We know that's an area that's a concern for us, and we have to be able to throw the ball a little bit more to open up the run game. But then again, if we're not able to, we got 5 backs that we feel confident they can get 3 yards at a time, and we'll just grind it out and eat the clock. But we'll pass as needed, but that was something we really thought we wanted to try a little bit more. I mean, we came out on first downs a couple different times, but just we're off, and we'll get there eventually.
I know you don't like to talk about injuries, but just in general, everybody okay? Because it looked like there was some stretching and stuff. There were some hard hits, and people were limping, and they'd go back in and play more. But
a lot of that was cramps. We had some guys getting some cramps here and there, which I know one kid gets cramps quite a bit, which is understandable. Some of the other kids shouldn't be. But it was a hard physical game. But as of right now, as far as I know, for the most part, I haven't got a report from our trainer. But there's nothing major from my understanding.
Last question. Tell me about Western so we look ahead.
I really don't know a whole lot about them besides them up around Kokomo, and they got over a 3-hour drive. They're another 4A school. We've never played them before. So it'll be another tough challenge for us, and we better be ready for them. And hopefully when they come here, we're ready to go, and we jump on them early and ride out that lead. But I'm sure it'll be another big physical team coming down here and playing us.
Weird question. This one was delayed by an hour. Next week we're back to normal, be 7 o'clock kick. Does that make a difference? Does a later kick like this make any difference when you're playing more under the lights?
I think it does a little bit. Well, under the lights, not so much. You don't have the sun beating in our eyes. That's one thing good. But the other thing that always concerns us is the nutrition part of the aspect of that, because the kids are used to being able to eat at certain times, and so so they might need to adjust their meals.
Right.
And because with them getting out of school at 2, they're able to get a decent meal before they come and play. But now let's string it out now. I don't know what time it is. It's almost 11 o'clock.
Yes, it is.
These kids are usually eating by now. So the nutrition part really comes into play. So told the kids they're having different snacks and stuff for them, so at halftime, so they can get the nutrition that they need to finish the game.
I think, speaking of nutrition, I think Heather and I saw, was it Thursday night when you were picking out some steaks or going to pick out steaks?
Wednesday.
Did that go okay?
I cooked them really quick. And
it was about 8 o'clock, Coach.
It was about 7 because I had a meeting at
Okay.
my church at 7. And so I went home, threw them on there, flipped them about 5 minutes, and it was Steak Wednesday, and we got our steaks.
I could tell you were in a hurry.
Oh,
I was a little indecisive there, and the coach almost got by me there.
Yeah.
Thank you, and
I
congratulations.
appreciate it.
And we'll see you next week.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, Heather, it's a great night.
It was a great night, and I think props to Bill, who drove down from.
Well, you don't want to say exactly. Let's just say Indianapolis.
Let's just say northern part of the state. We are very, very thankful to have had you here. We're very thankful to have had Ian, who joined us for our first official broadcast. It was so nice today to get a text message that says, I know you didn't have club meeting today, but I'm ready to join you tonight. And so we're very thankful.
You know, we never want to steal you from what you normally do on a Friday night, but you're always welcome, just so you know that.
And I tell you what, I sat down this morning and figured out that we've covered 8 volleyball games, and we've now covered essentially 5 football games. How you feel?
You know, elaborating, well, I got the sniffles, but elaborating a little bit on what Big D said, I think we have put in a lot to this, but we enjoy it. I mean, we wouldn't be doing this if we didn't enjoy it. I am thankful that every day that I get to spend with you brainstorming and going over stats, going through possible ads and so forth like that. I think that we get questioned a lot. How are we married and we work together? We have a lot of people that come to our house and they see our office and it's all one big open room, and they're like, how do you do this? But you are incredible when it comes to calling sports. You're incredible when it comes to broadcasting.
Big D offers so much from his knowledge of just minor pride. And, doing marketing on my own for, 30 to 35 years now, I think we all collectively as a team work so well together. And we've said all along that our goal is to put out the best broadcast that we can to our fans.
We keep getting better. I want you to know that we continue to work to get better. You may not notice things every week, but things are changing every week in order for me so that we can make this broadcast
one
better.
question we got this evening was where's the integrated scoreboard? And tonight's broadcast was a little different because we had the experience of Bill after 43 years of being on camera for the opportunity to do a closer, tight shot for football. And so by doing that, it's not easy enough for me to sit around the corner and run a score clock. We've been back and forth with the software company to try to figure out a way to where I can actually put something automated onto the one picture that we have, but unfortunately that's not something that they can provide at this time. So a lot of you probably noticed that the clock ran a little bit and the clock disappeared, and when a penalty flag came out, it was important for us to be able to show that, but it's also important for us too to be able to feature our sponsors, feature our students that are assisting with us, and obviously call the game. And we're so thankful for so many different layers of this broadcast, and we're excited to see what the next month brings. The next 2.5 weeks are full of volleyball and football, and we've got some other special
both highly rated teams. The volleyball team #1 in the state ins class, and the football team is doing well now, in the top 10, I believe, for its class as well. Great win tonight, 20-14. A win is a win is a win, and we'll take it. Western is coming up next, so thank you for joining us. We'll see you next. Is it Monday night or Tuesday night?
We're Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for volleyball.
All right, we'll see you next Monday. This is for Kevin Rader, Heather Rader, Bill Ditton, and for Ian Sullivan. This is Kevin Rader. Have a good night. This is Raider Media Sports, home of the Miners.